Morning, gang. It's Thursday morning, Thursday, the 17th of September, 2020. Good morning to you, and welcome to this morning's little chat show. This is United Kingdom Talk, coming to you from the Chapel Hill Marina here in Lincolnshire, boys and girls. Oh, cute alert! Oh, we haven't got a noise for that, have we? We need a noise for cute things when they come on. Yes, won't be any of those in the chat box today. Let me tell you that now. Judging from who's there at the moment, I don't see any reason at all to have a cute alert sound on. However, there is in our very first story this morning. Now, you saw our little lead picture there, you know, on the YouTube thumbnail, and those of you that are on my Facebook thing and to Twitter as well, you saw our little picture there of this cat. And it is a cat, just in case you were wondering. That's the whole picture there. Look at that. Cute alert. Cute alert. Yes, indeed. Now, what is all that about? Well, in the Daily Mirror this morning, there's this little story here. It says, oh, hang on a minute. I've scrolled all the way down to the bottom of the story. I haven't even read it yet. An eyeless and hairless cat named Jasper has become a social media sensation, garnering thousands of followers who adore the unusual looking animal. Now, once again, I'll show you that picture again. When you see this picture, I want you to be honest. Do you actually see a monster there or something not likable? Because I don't. This cat's had a hard life. It's had a hard life. I love cats, as you well know. But when you see an animal, I've seen dogs hopping along on three legs. They seem to recover from whatever they've had fairly quickly, don't they? And they just adapt. Same as people, really. You know, sad people who have lost legs and limbs for whatever reason, either in the army or diabetes or anything like that. They try and readjust. I think animals do it easier somehow, don't you? It says it's no secret that Instagram is full of photos of people's adorable pets, from dogs that look like they've stepped out of a Disney movie. Oh, I want to be in a Disney movie. I want to be where I don't know I never know the words. I want to be Ursula. Yeah, poor unfortunate souls. Yeah, I'm fat enough to be her, really, aren't I now? Look, I could now be Ursula, look. With all those tentacles. I like tentacles. Do you like tentacles? I don't like antennae on insects. I find them a bit scary. Tentacles I quite like. Tentacles on octopi. Octopuses, and there's another thing with lots of... What's the other thing? Like an octopus. So octopuses and like an octopus. We like tentacles. All those legs. What could you do with those? Your other half, whoever you're with that night, would never be able to escape if you had 8 legs, would they? As soon as they've pushed one off, they start on another one, and the other one comes right round you again. Perhaps I would have been able to hold on to someone if I had 8 legs. I don't know. Dogs that look like they've stepped out of a Disney movie to animals that look so human it's unreal. But one cat is causing a stir on the social media app right now, and not for the reasons you might expect. A feline named Jasper has got loads of followers now. The unique cat is both hairless and eyeless. Poor thing. No eyes, no fur. Now, actually, the no fur thing isn't particularly completely unusual. You can get cats with no fur. Very good for people with asthma. I considered it myself, actually. A furless cat, but then... You know how it is with a cat. I've had 3 cats, and then you have them, and you love them, and they love you, and then they die, and it's just hard. It's just hard. Not to mention the vet bills when something goes wrong. Shh! Don't see a vet living in a council flat, do you? Jeez! How much is it to... Oh, I just come in. I just had its teeth... But what's it? My friend had its cat's teeth cleaned the other day, and it was something like 200 quid. Yeah, because it had to be put to sleep first. It was a bit scratchy. Don't like their cats. Those cats don't like their teeth touched. Like that they are, aren't they? Get off my teeth. And they don't like their paws touched too much either, do they, cats? Eh? When people cut their nails, I know some people do it themselves. You must be very careful if you cut a cat's nails, because the little blood things go into the, not like ours, you know, the end of the nail is the end of the nail. With the cats, they got these, I don't know what they are, veins or arteries going somewhere down the, I'm not a medical person, somewhere up the nails so far, so you can't cut them back to the skin, because there's a little bleeding thing there, and it'll just go on and be blood all over your lovely white carpet, you know. Your lovely, I don't suppose there's anyone here with clean carpets by the look of you this morning. God, so have any of you cleaned your carpets recently? Filthy people, darling. Get yourself a vax. I had a man come in to clean my carpets once. Pfft, waste of money that was. Literally, he went round the house with this spray thing. A little bit like the spray thing I've just got to do the weeds, you know. He pumps this thing, and then holds this wand, this magic wand, around. Not much. And then that was about it. I think he went round with a hoover, and that was it. Thank you very much. £75, please. Huh? So the next time I went out and bought one of those Vax things. I know other people make them, and it's a push along one. It's very good. Very good. You fill out one tank, you fill up this tank thing with, I don't know what it's called, some sort of carpet shampoo, isn't it? Vax's own carpet shampoo. You put that in, and mix it with a bit of water, I think, if I remember rightly. And you push it along, and you push this button, and as it ejaculates, that's the word I'm looking for. As it ejaculates, all this spray from the hoover coming out like that, goes along, at the same time, it sucks it back out of the carpet. How fabulous is that? And then when you finish, it's slightly damp, in an hour, dry. And the smell, oh, I do like a smell of a freshly cleaned carpet, don't you? Oh, it's gorgeous. I think the one I used was crisp lint. Freshly done laundry, something like that. Crisp, I can't remember what it was now. Or it might have been white lilac. I can't remember the colour. Vax's own one. Wonderful, dear. Nice clean carpets. Did a better job than that bloke I paid 75 quid for. He won't be coming back. He started looking for moths. I beg your pardon. I just want to see if you've got moths laying eggs in the carpet. Not in my carpet, I'll have you know. How dare you? Moths in my carpet? You wouldn't have any. They're only for people with woolen carpets. Thank you. None of you lot with your nylon. Woolen carpet. From John Lewis, dear. John Lewis, yes. Not from blooming whoever it is. Harry Carpenter down the road. Back to this cat story. The unique kitten is both hairless and eyeless, meaning it's got no eyes or fur. Jasper, or Jazzy as he's known, was adopted by his owner Kelly when he was just 2 years old. At the time, he appeared to be perfectly healthy, but she quickly realised it wasn't the case. Soon the cat started having the occasional flare-up of the feline herpes virus, which caused runny eyes. He later developed a corneal ulcer in his right eye in November 2013, which got so bad the eye had to be removed. Oh, poor little cat. One of my cats, when I lived in Wandsworth in London years ago, this is 1982, I had a cat called Tiny. She was very furry. And she used to leave the flat and go out for a little walk around outside. And she come up one day and this thing was sticking out of her eye. What on earth is that? Anyway, I rushed her down to the vet. Hello, could you see my cat? Yes, please. £8,000, please. You know what they're like. And it was a grass seed. It was a grass seed that had got stuck in her eye. I'm like, how on earth does that happen? He said, well, it's happened. I'll get rid of it for you. And he took her in. And with a pair of pliers. Christ, imagine these pliers. Cat must have been terrified, dear. Pair of pliers coming, like you at the dentist. When that drill comes towards your mouth. Like that, innit? or even worse than that, the ply. Actually, the drill isn't too bad in the dentist, is it? because you've had all those injections to numb yourself down. It's that cleaning machine I don't like. The ultrasonic cleaning machine. That. Hate it. You imagine a cat seeing a pair of pliers coming towards its eyes. Anyway, and he did something and then quickly pulled it, and out came the grass seed. You know, like a piece of grass, and it's got a little bit of the end. One of those it was. And then I had to put drops in her eyes for a little while to stop an ulcer developing, which it did, and it all worked very well. But this poor cat lost an eye. If that wasn't enough, it goes in the Daily Mirror. The poor animal suffered a stroke in 2019, which found it difficult to recover from. Well, this poor cat. I just want to pick this cat up and go. Looks like it's got trouble walking as well. You know how it is, girls and boys. When you've got a. I must stop saying that, girls and boys. I was listening to my. I did a little show last night on BBC Radio Lincolnshire, and I noticed, why did you keep saying girls and boys? I must have said it about 4 times in the space of 20 minutes yesterday, so I must get out of saying it. There's another picture of him. Look, he looks like he's something wrong with his legs, maybe, or something like that. Was it a him? It is a him, isn't it? Oh, bless. I just want to cuddle this cat and be nice to it. Yeah, had a stroke in April 2019. She explained how the cat adjusted to life without his eyes. She said, he does pretty good. The first day home from the vet, he was climbing on the couch and on my shoulder and all over the place trying to explore it. It was amazing to watch him. A lot of people seem to have concerns. I'm stretching this out and he has no quality of life. What, just because he can't see? I don't think so. I mean, you lose a sense. Doesn't mean you've got no quality. No quality of life is when you're sitting in hospital or laying in hospital, you know, on a ventilator, in a foot, perhaps after you've decided not to wear a mask. On a ventilator, laying down in a hospital into an induced coma. You know, that is no quality of life. Just losing your eyes. I mean, it's bad enough losing your eyes or your ears or anything like that, you know. But do you see what I mean? You can get over it. I assume I'm very lucky that I haven't lost these things. A lot of people seem to have concerns. It says, through every step of the way, I made sure I was keeping in touch with my vets and asking, are we at a point of life, quality of life, a discussion needs to happen? As strange as it sounds, he has a good quality of life. He is a happy cat. We like a happy cat. Oh, that being said, I do like to watch angry cats on YouTube. Do you like that? Oh, there's some very, very angry cats on YouTube. A cat, you don't need to wonder if a cat is angry or happy. You know if a cat is angry. And let me tell you, as a word of advice for you, if a cat is ever angry towards you, do not try and pacify it. Leave it alone. Walk away. You will not, how would you say? You will not unangry the cat. There's a new word for the Oxford English Dictionary. See if that'll go with all the new words we're going to have this year, like BAME, for example. I never heard BAME before this year. And anything to do with the lockdown. Perhaps we could have that one. Unangry a cat. You will never unangry a cat. Cat's angry towards you, move away. As quickly as possible, leave it alone, come back 2 hours later, it will have completely forgotten what it was angry about. Especially if you go with some treats. Treats, there you go. Meow, 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 meow. That was more like a rabbit than a cat, weren't it, actually? She's recently, she sounds a delightful lady. This lady, Kelly is her name, recently rescued 2 other cats, meaning Jasper has some companions. One of them, named Tessa, is also blind, and she and Jasper were set to immediately have bonded. Oh, I love it. People on Instagram commented, my heart melts when I see him. He's so precious. I never said I am obsessed with Jasper. He looks like... Oh, that's I don't know about that comment, really, actually. I don't know if this is a good comment or not. Are you ready for this? Another said, I'm obsessed with Jasper the cat. He looks like a living Halloween decoration. Oh, dear. I'm a bit chesty this morning. That'd be Eve is cold. Great niece Eve is cold come onto my chest. A third added, what a handsome guy. And it really is. So, I mean, if you can just look at that photo again, and I hope you can't see a monster there or an alien. I hope you can see a little creature that hasn't got any eyes, that needs a lot of love. And he's getting it from that lady, isn't he? Wonderful. Just wonderful. We love cats. We love cats. Let's say hello to some of you this morning, boys and girls. Oh, we got a super chat there. Let's play a super chat jingle, boys and girls. Here comes the super chat jingle. Thank you very much. And who's that from this morning? It's from, was it Dylan? Oh, hang on a minute. It's jumped all the way up there. Dylan Hutchinson sending a 99p super chat. Do you know what, Dylan? I think we can give you a raffle ticket for a 99p super chat because the stickers are 99p, aren't they? So that's the same one. So let me give you a raffle ticket. We've got a raffle happening this morning, boys and girls. It's our weekly super chat raffle. Okay, someone today is going to win this. There it is, our pink backdrop. All right, those of you that have been sending super chats this week will have had free raffle tickets given to them. Let me just do Dylan's. And you'll be able to win that today. That pink backdrop behind me there, the green at the bottom. On the left there, you can see a flamingo. That is not part of the prize. That is a model. It's not actually on the picture, okay? Neither is, I'm very disappointed to tell you, the picture of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth the second there, who I'm hoping one day will decide possibly to become a patron of this show. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? You know, by royal appointment. I could have that up there. We could have the Queen in as a special guest. Maybe sometimes we can have Charlie. We'll have Pretty Boy Harry in. Yes. And we'll have, who's the other one? William in. William and his missus. We'll have Meghan. We'll have Kate. Kate? Is it Kate? Oh, can't remember her name. Oh, my God. Can't remember William's name. Kate. It is Kate, isn't it? Kate Middleton, that's it, isn't it, Kate? There we go. 239 for you, Dylan. I'll put that in our Super Cha-Cha retention unit. Okay? Okay. Anyone else who sends a Super Chat this morning will go in this raffle. Once we've done the raffle, then we move on to next week's, all right? So we're still doing that at the moment for the next 20 minutes or so before we do the raffle. Let's have a look at some of your messages this morning. Good morning to Jason Hughes, Michael Palman. Morning to you, Michael. Michael's got a bit of a problem with damp at the moment, haven't you, in your place? I did say that, saw that mentioned on your Facebook this morning. I hope they're able to sort that out for you, Michael there. Good morning to the lovely Diane Jebb. Morning, Diane. Jason Hughes. Peter Wright is there. Dylan Hutchinson. Hello to Daniel Woodhouse at DSLDG2. Jeff Burley, morning for Jeff and Linda this morning. Morning to you two up there in Sheffield. It looks like I'll be staying a while, Jeff. I'm staying up the caravan a while, a little bit longer than a week this time. I don't know how long. Depends when I run out of clothes. I don't have too many clothes kept here, but I suppose I could wear things twice, couldn't I? There's nothing wrong with that, is there? Sometimes the socks, they are on my feet so long that they literally are trying to walk off my own feet here. Dreadful. So good morning to you, Jeff and Linda. Oh, Jeff and Linda. Linda, do you do sewing? Is Linda watching at the moment, Jeff? Does she do sewing? I need a little repair done on one of my socks. My sister won't do it. She says I need new ones, and I think that's a terrible waste. I mean, I think a couple of stitches there, maybe. Something like that. Would Linda do a sock for me, Jeff? Could you ask her? You know, I might be able to give her a free sticker for that. Just a suggestion. Thanks ever so much. If you could ask her. Thank you, Linda. Morning to Andy V. East Coast UK. It's not a bad chest. I've got a little stuff coming up, you know. Morning to East Coast UK this morning. Let's just scroll down there. Morning to Gary Ross. Hello to you. Daniel Holmes in the house there. Denise Andrews, head of ducks on this channel. Good morning, Denise, you lovely lady. Morning. Mandy Davenport. Morning, Mandy. Mandy's in charge of pain and suffering on this tribal, boys and girls. Don't be naughty. Mandy Davenport comes around and starts lashing you. Morning to Tony King. Steve Carter. Morning to Steve. Steve sent in a couple of photos this morning, boys and girls. Thanks so much for your photos, Steve. There's also one there from Dylan and a couple from John Parrish this morning. How many we got today? Okay, 11 likes. Let's push the boat a little bit further today and ask for 26 likes. If you give me 26 likes, I will show you 3 beautiful pictures from Steve Carter. There's one from Dylan and a couple from John Parrish in exchange for just the bargain knockdown price of 26 likes. 26 likes will get you to see all those pictures this morning. All right, I'm just giving everything away, aren't I? Really giving it all away. Scrolling down there. Good morning to Fran Green. Morning, Fran. Hello to you, darling. Mick Davenport's there. Good morning, Mick. I like the way you chat to each other. Good morning to Sherry DMP. There's a lovely Sherry and her own YouTube channel there. Good morning, Sherry. Scrolling. Rachel Wheatland. Good morning, lovely Rachel. Robert Lunn. Morning, Robert. Glad you enjoyed the radio show last night. Thank you, Robert. Tell you a little bit more about that a little bit later on in the show. Just quickly scrolling down so I can get all the names in here. Daniel says, I've inspired many to do videos. Yes, do your own things. Do your own things, Daniel. If you want to do something with YouTube, just do it. Just do it. And don't worry about other people, whether or not they like it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. The whole point of likes is that it kind of tries to push you up, I think, the YouTube screen. I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not absolutely 100% sure. But I know that if you get more likes, you get pushed up the sort of YouTube thing so that when people turn it on, they might see you more of a chance of seeing you and clicking on you for the first time and then maybe staying and enjoying what you do. You see, that's the whole point of the likes. But don't be led ever by likes. Like so many of the young people are, don't be led by likes on Facebook or an Instagram picture or a TikTok. Oh, wow, I can't believe it. I put my photo up 10 minutes ago and no one's liked it. So what? You don't need verification. Why do you need verification that someone likes your stuff? The answer is you don't. And similarly, watch out for certain people who are very happy to pull you down. Oh, can't believe you do that. What a load of rubbish you are. Ignore them. Ignore them and carry on. Block them if you have to. Get rid of them. Don't need negativity in your life. I've had it for years. Years. You have to ignore it. Just ignore it. Okay? Ignore it and carry on doing what you do. If you love to do something, blooming well go and do it, as long as it's hurting no one else. Twitter trolls. I would advise you not to go on Twitter. You know, oh, dear me. I mean, I'm on there, but I only really use it to advertise this, and I make occasional comments. What was the one? There was a video I commented on Twitter yesterday. That was it, Twitter yesterday, right? So there's this police car. It's in America, as usual. There's a police car. There's something going on around this police car, and all these people are shouting and screaming. Perhaps they've arrested someone or whatever. Trouble with these stories in America, people get arrested, right? You only hear half of the story. You do. The police have tasered someone or something like that. Oh, it's terrible, terrible, terrible. They shouldn't have done it. And then you find that the bloke or woman has gone out and knifed someone or beaten up a pensioner. But they don't tell you that part of the story. Why is that? Why is that? You look into some of these stories that you see on Twitter when all these crowds come out. You'd be very surprised at what these people have done. Shocking. Anyway, so in this video yesterday, this police, they're in this police car. They're trying to go off. There's a mob coming towards them. Some bloke has climbed on top of the police car. Literally. Now, no one knows anything about this bloke. He might have a gun. You know how it is in America? They walk around with guns there, everyone. He might have a gun in his pocket or in his, what's that called? Internal pocket. He might have had a gun there. This bloke is now crawling over the police car, coming towards the windscreen. What would you do? Well, the policeman put his foot down, didn't it? The bloke went flying over the back. I was highly amused. Stupid git. And they're all and then there's all these people with their mobile phones. Oh, look. Oh, my God, look. Oh, my God, look what the policeman's done. Good. Don't climb on a policeman's car then, idiots. I mean, how stupid can you be? Why would you climb on a car with someone sitting in the driving seat? The policeman was probably absolutely terrified. What would you have done? Oh, I would have waited to see what he wanted. Yeah, you'd be dead by then. No, good. I'm glad the bloke went flying off the back of that car. Oh, he could have gone more slowly. Oh, stop it. You weren't in that position, were you? So I made my comment. Good. I'm glad that happened. Well done, police. You only dislike the police if you're a bad person. Bad people don't get tasered, shot, taken to court, put in... good people... I say bad. Did I say bad people then? Good people don't get shot, taken to prison, put in court, or anything like that. It doesn't happen. You will never get taken to a police station if you're a good person. Absolutely. I was checked up on last night, actually. Yes, I spotted them. I was coming back from Skegness with my sister, and we're driving along. I'm a slow driver, especially on country roads. You see the people tearing around Lincolnshire, 60 mile an hour on a 60 mile an hour road, admittedly, but these roads are they're narrow. You know, they're not wide. There's enough for two cars. But if you want to overtake someone, you've got to make damn sure there's nothing coming the other way. I've seen some shocking risk-taking on these roads up here. Shocking. And at 10 o'clock at night, when we were coming back from Skegness last night, we're going down this road and it's a bit windy like that. There's 3 cars behind me. I'm doing about 45, 50, coming up to those, what are those, those signs. Sharp bend ahead. Yeah, and it's pitch black. There's no street lighting. I'm doing about 45. There's 3 cars behind me. No one's flashing, but they're a bit close, and I'm thinking, I'm not going faster. I put myself at risk just because you want to get home 2 minutes earlier. No. Anyway, so eventually we lost these cars. They turned off. Come to these traffic lights in Horncastle, right? And traffic lights are red, slowed down. And as I got to the traffic lights, it's gone yellow, green. Took my foot off the brake and carried on. I didn't put my foot down. Carried on, sort of going. And I've got a Toyota, which is like a hybrid one. So it's half electric. So you keep in the electric mode as long as you can, all right? So it comes off slowly across the lights. And as I spotted a police car on the left-hand side, just doing his job, nothing wrong with that. Anyway, so I'm going along the road, and a few moments passed, actually, a few minutes passed, and then eventually I saw this car behind me. I thought, oh, that looks like the police car, and he stayed with me. This is a 60 mile an hour road, remember? I'm doing about 45 now. He stayed with me, and I'll be honest, he was quite close. He was quite close. I thought, you're trying to push me along here, because they do that, You're trying to push me along here faster. I'm not having it. Eventually, he gave up and did a 3-point turn and went back the other way. But, I just don't speed anymore. I don't. Not since my 2 speeding tickets from the camera at Alnwick, which gets loads of people, apparently. Good people don't get nicked, and they don't get hurt because they're climbing over the top of a police car. Blooming idiot. And they're all filming him. Oh my God, I can't believe what the police have just done. He climbed on the blooming car. Idiots. Just idiots. Oh, they get my nerves. Morning to Andy V. He's just come for the T-shirts and the giggles. We haven't got any T-shirts to give away this week. Do you want me to do a T-shirt next week? I can do a T-shirt next week if you want to on the Super Chat raffle. I've got a couple of those still. Morning to Mark Bowles. Morning, Mark. Good morning to Adrian Richardson. Morning to you. William Chisholm. Morning, William. Hello, welcome to the show, young William. Haven't seen you for a while. Welcome along. Fun things to do with tech. Good morning to you. Where else are we now? Mark Bowles. Let's keep scrolling down. Must get these names in. Morning to Scrap It Man. There's my nephew, Gary Butler. Now, I was watching his video earlier today. Well, I'm surprised you weren't done for speeding, nephew. Nephew Gary Butler, you weren't done for speeding. I was watching his latest video. He's gone and bought some new tyres, hasn't he? Let me just refer to the notes that I made earlier about your video, Gary. He's bought some new tyres. So his video starts off and he's outside his house showing us these old tyres. Now, the reason he's bought new tyres, they're not worn down or anything. You should never let them wear down. I did once. Oh my God. This tyre wore down so far. This is years ago now. I took it in the garage. I think I need a new tyre. And he said you should have come in about a month ago, mate. There's nothing left. Anyway, so I had this tyre done. And my nephew just bought 4 new tyres. 280 quid. Oh, jeez. For 4 bits of moulded rubber. Gosh, 280 quid for tyres. Can't make it up, can you? How does anyone afford to drive a car who's got, like, no jobs or anything like that? Shocking, really. Shocking. And he showed us the old tyres, and basically the car had been sitting somewhere for a long time, and the tyres had cracked. Some of them quite significantly, which I assume means they could go bang. I mean, they wouldn't go down slowly like that, would they? You could be going along. I suppose that bit of the rubber could go bang. I'm not a car expert or anything like that. So anyway, he's gone to get new tyres. And then he takes off on this journey. Well, this car must have been in warp factor 20. My God, the speed that it was going along. I did think for a moment or two that he might have sped up the video, but I'm not sure he did. You know, that time-saving video where you can go at like 4 times the speed. I thought any moment now a police car is going to arrest my nephew. You know, and I'm going to have to go and bail him out. There you go, 200 quid. Can I have my nephew back, please? Or even better than that, I'll send the 2 children round. They're good at crying when they can't get something. They're very good at that. They go, I want a bar of chocolate. And he'd take the hands away from the eyes. No tears. Funny that, isn't it? And then the chocolate comes. Oh, thanks, Uncle Chris. It's on and off like that. Anyway, so he's got these new tyres. And these new tyres he's bought have lips. Apparently they have lips. You know, not like lips like some of those supermodels have, you know, fish face lips. No. Hello, do you like my lips? I think Janet Street Porter should get new lips. Hello, welcome to... Oh, I was watching her yesterday afternoon. Janet Street Porter. Oh, hello, and welcome. Welcome to today's Loose Women on this crap show on ITV. Yeah, we got nothing else to put on ITV, so you're asking me to fill in. We're the delightful, the Nolan girl, and who's the other one? Who's the other one? Here's a clue. That's correct. It's Denise Welsh. They're all on there, cackling away like a witch's coven they are. Loose Women, the worst programme ever. Bring back Crown Court and Pitkins. That's what I say. That's what we want on. Crown Court, Pitkins and the Galloping Gourmet from New Zealand. What have we got now? Loose Women. What a load of rubbish. And I accidentally flicked on, and there, I wonder what, I thought there was something wrong with my TV screen. No, it was Janet Street Porter's teeth shining at the camera under the lights. That's all I could see. All I could see was this sort of browny grey thing. What is that? I had to put that like on the telly like that. And it was Janet Street Porter's teeth. My name's Janet Street Porter. Oh, she's awful. Awful. Why is she on the telly? Put Naga on there. Let's have Naga Manchetti on there. I might watch it then. At least she's got a bit of decent class to her. Awful. How on earth did we get onto the subject of that? I don't know. But there we are. Oh, it's the lips. Yeah, if Janet Street Porter had lips, she might cover those too. Let's just try that now. No, it would make it worse, wouldn't it? Because they stick out. Those fish lips that all these girls have, don't they? Dreadful. Anyway, so he's got these lips on this thing, which means he can't have the wheels diamond cut by his mate. I don't know what when I hear the term diamond cut, I assume that something needs to be cut, as in, you know, scissors with a piece cut in a shape up. But I don't know what it means, to be honest. I'll be honest with you. But apparently they couldn't be done because he had a they're the wrong shape or something. I don't know what he was saying. But another mate of his said he could have them resprayed. These wheels. Now, why would you want these wheels resprayed? I asked myself. Okay. Basically, these wheels that he's got on the car have little chips in them. Now, how this affects the speed and the economy of the car, I do not know. Basically, it's just a few little trips. It's like my face, you know. A few little errors on my face, maybe. Isn't there, really? My friend Tom Edwards from Thames Television and BBC Radio as well, he says I should use a little bit of Max Factor. He used to use Max Factor on Thames Television. My friend Tom. Right? You know, there's a few cracks there. It doesn't affect the quality of the stone, does it? Be honest, you know. If I was to have my face done, like that, or like that, if I was to have my face done, would the quality of the show be any better or any less? No, it wouldn't, would it? Wouldn't make any difference at all. I do not understand why you need these little marks removed from the wheel at a cost of £180. Are you for real, nephew? £180 to have little scratches and chips removed from your wheels? You've gone mad, you have. So we need to set up a GoFund fun page for my nephew for get new wheels for his car. £180 to have a bit of paint sprayed on your wheels. I mean, I'll have a go if you want. Have you got a spray thing? Shh, I'm quite good at that. Well, I think I might be good. Although I have been trying to paint a piece of wood round the side of my caravan, which is not looking good. 2 coats so far and it still looks crap. That plus the little bits of paint on the side of the caravan, which you'll notice, Jeff and Linda, when you come back. Not on your caravan, I hasten to add. I don't seem to be able to get the paint to just go on the bit that I want it on. Don't do DIY, Chris. Anyway, that's my nephew's video. Scrap it, man. And we have 2 stickers left, one of which will go today in the Super Chat raffle, and one more which will go on, what's our next giveaway? On Sunday. Which will go on Sunday unless someone buys something, in which case it will go to them. Only one Scrap It Man sticker. That's the other thing. So we're down in Skegness last night. The first thing my nephew says to me, can I have my £2? No, yeah, £2. I said, £2 for what? For the sticker that you gave Rachel. I said, I didn't charge her for your stickers. He said, well, she paid you £8. You gave her 2 stickers, so I want 2 stickers. So I want £2. I said, no, the £8 was for my stickers. You know, I gave yours away free. Anyway, he said no more. And later on, when we were having chips at the Trawler's Catch in Skegness, then he says, oh, can I have my £4? Has it gone up £2 suddenly in the space of a few minutes? On and on he went about this £4. On and on. Even to the point of when we'd had the trawlers fishing trips, walked along the beach, right? Got back to his car. He got in his car. Bye-bye. I got in my car. I'm about to go. Tapped on the window. It's my nephew. Scrolled down the window with a button because I'm posh. Got a button. None of this. I bet you've got that, haven't you? None of that. No, but just push a button. Like that. Have you got that? What's up? He said, can I have my £4, please? Well, I pushed the window up and off I went. I think he was chasing after us at one point. Not hard to catch me if you want to chase me in the car. He wants £4. Shocking. Morning to John Parrish there. Morning to Heidi Young. Thank you, Heidi. Thank you very much, Heidi. Good morning to John Aitken. Oh, that's jumped all the way up there. All the way up there. Oh dear. That's jumped. I like to try and get all the names in. I don't really have time to read all the messages anymore, and I try and pick up the really interesting ones, rather than read them all out. Otherwise, we don't do a show. Where are we? There's Heidi Young. Oh, feel free to use my washing machine, Chris. Just chop it round. None of those socks, or I will bin them. Oh, there's nothing wrong with this sock. There's a small hole there and a slightly larger one there. I don't know what your problem. People seem to have a problem with my socks. I don't know why. I really don't. Morning to Mark Jones. Good morning, young Mark. Hello to you, sir. All right, nice to see Mark Jones there. Scrolling down there. John Aitken, what about my Eastbourne sunrise pictures? You never listen, do you, John? You never listen. Thank you for sending them on Facebook, but if you want them on the show, you've got to email them, dear. Then they won't get forgotten. No one ever listens. No one listens. Please, if you want anything to do with the show, send them in on the email, because otherwise they get forgotten about. Thank you very much for the pictures. They are beautiful, but please email them in rather than send them on Facebook. Thank you, John. I've rarely used that Facebook Messenger anyway. All right, darling. Thank you, John. Okay, I'll have to go down to the bottom there. Just 1 second there, darling. No. Right. All righty. Let's carry on, boys and girls. What else have I got here? Let's have a look. If you're going abroad, I'm not quite sure what this means because it doesn't look a particularly good exchange rate to me, but in the Daily Express today, it says the pound to euro exchange rate skyrocketed. How much does that mean then? I don't know. Skyrocketed to its biggest one-day gain since June yesterday, after 2 days of climbing upwards. This is what you need to know. Now it says the exchange rate now is 1.0991 euros. So that to me looks like roughly €1 to a pound. Does that sound about right to you? Or have I got this completely wrong? It says the pound is currently trading at 1.0991 against the euro, which apparently is quite good. It doesn't sound very good to me. I remember when we did this, when this started, when we got the euros first, and it was something like, wasn't it €1.60 to the pound? Was it something like that? Now it's like almost €1 to the pound. Does that sound about right to you? Well, I don't know really. Very strange how that works. I don't know if anyone know how that works. That sounds about €1 to £1 to me. Does it you? As a matter of interest. But I don't know. So it says here, this is something to do with the broad-based weakness in the common currency, which is the euro they're talking about there. And a position squeeze. Oh, I do like a squeeze, don't you? A position squeeze on short sellers, forcing the pound higher and higher. But it just looks like £1 to €1, which I don't think is particularly good, is it? Anyone knew that? Don't really know that at all, do you? Oh, well, that's the euro, boys and girls. Where is your favourite childhood destination in the UK? Where is it? Because Blackpool has been named as the British favourite childhood destination. Where's yours? Is it somewhere like that? Blackpool has been named the holiday destination that has the biggest impact on British people as children, with the holiday spot offering up heaps of nostalgia. Now, I don't think myself or my sister ever been to Blackpool. I certainly haven't been there. Certainly not as children. I don't know if she's been with Martin at all, her husband, from the Empire's Butler channel. Butler's Empire channel, sorry, and Retro Restore. I've never been to Blackpool. I had some very famous places there, don't they? That tower thing. And some sort of mad roller coaster there that people go on, and you go up on that thing and you think you're going to die when it comes out. Where the excitement is of that, I do not know. Why you would want to go on something thinking that you're going to die. Is it a thrill? Is it a I'd like to have a thrill from Mark Bowles, to be honest. Is it a thrill? Is that what it is? Anyway, the seaside resort has topped a list of UK holidaymakers' favourite childhood holiday destinations in a new survey from Sky Holiday Cottages, thanks to fond memories of fish and chips on the beach, trips to the arcade and shows at the Blackpool Tower. There's a famous drag bar there called Funny Girls as well. I don't know how that's done since the lockdown. Presumably it hasn't been open. Did they survive or not? I don't know. It was closely followed by Scarborough. Now I've been there. Lovely place. And Newquay. Haven't been there. And it does say the top 10 places of childhood holiday destinations. Now, where's yours? Perhaps it's in this country or perhaps it's abroad. Where is your top childhood, so somewhere you went as a child, holiday destination? Mine would be Bracklesham Bay in Sussex. We always went down there either for a day out. We hired a cottage, like a bungalow type thing down there a couple of times. We loved Bracklesham Bay, and it never became commercial. It's only a small place, not very big. They also had a Pontins there, which has not gone there. And years later, me and a friend of mine, when we were both 22, I think we were 22, we went down to Pontins in Bracklesham Bay, which was just about to be closed down, actually. So it was a bit unmaintained. Everything was working, you know, but the paint hadn't been painted for a while. But it was all right, Pontins. A sad shadow of what it is, of what it was in those days, apparently now, according to many people. But British top 10 childhood holiday destinations, at the top of the tree is Blackpool, then Scarborough, Newquay, Whitby, Isle of Wight, there you go, not bad, is it, Shania? Number 5 you are. Isle of Wight, Torquay, Weymouth, I've been to Weymouth and Torquay, Skegness, of course, Llandudno, or Llandudno, I think you say it, and Ilfracombe at number 10. They're the top 10 British holiday places. What are yours? Newquay is in Cornwall. Good morning, Steph. Newquay is in Cornwall, apparently. Gary Ross says the flying handbag got knocked down years ago. Again, that was another drag venue in Blackpool. I don't really know that one. Oh, there's the thing there. What is it? $1.10? What are they called? €1.10 to the pound. Oh, is that good? It don't sound very good to me, to be honest. Really. Andy V says we only ever went to Whitby and Scabby Scarborough has kids. You don't like Scarborough then? Where are you going to Strawberry Fair? John Parrish, Yarmouth was posh for us in the 1950s. Yarmouth, I think we went there. Great Yarmouth? Yeah, Great Yarmouth, Norfolk. Isn't it? Is that the same place? Yarmouth and Great Yarmouth, I think it's the same place. Norfolk, I think we went there a couple of years ago, actually, with great nieces and nephews. John Aiken, my favourite place was Saltcoats in West Scotland when I was a kid. I don't know that one, John. Is there something there that is of attraction, or is it just beach and stuff like that, I wonder? Steve Carter, we always used Yarmouth and Hunstanton. I've heard of Hunstanton. I don't think I've been there. Thank you, Steve. Steve sent some photos in today, as well as Dylan and John Parrish. We required today 26 likes to see those photos. We've got 20 so far, only 6 more required. And I shove those photos up for you to ogle at that people have kindly sent in. So another 6 likes. Push the little like button underneath and that'll just send it up a little bit more, all right? Rachel, my favourite holiday destination is Matlock Bath in Derbyshire. Not been there, Rachel. Mick Davenport says Blackpool's a dump. Haven't been there. John Parrish, Jaywick. I've heard of Jaywick as well. Mick Davenport, Skegness. Yes. Who else have we got here? Heidi Young, you get ice cream in Saltcoats. That would be the sort of place I like. Mr. Whippy ice cream. Well, Mr. Whippy ice cream last night, actually, after our chips. Yeah, there was a little one open, not on the pier, but a little bit further down in Skegness, next to McDonald's. You know, we prefer it there than the McDonald's ice cream. Oh, lovely. I was trying to have a conversation with the lady while she was closing up until my nephew shouts out to her, Chris, she's trying to close up and you're talking to her like, you know, I was annoying people. I'm not an annoying person, honestly. Even if Evie, great niece Evie, will tell you I'm quite annoying. I don't know why. Don't know why that would be. Denise, no car when I was a child, so it was a bus trip and good old Sheerness. Nothing wrong with a bus or coach trip, is there, eh? Coach trips. Oh, dear. Wasn't it terrible when you... Why have I got my email up there? Wasn't it terrible when you didn't have toilets on the coach? Carry a bottle. One man in his Sprinter van. Good morning to you. Brixham in Devon. Yep, been there. Been there. In fact, well, didn't we go to a Pontins there called Riviera? Pontins Riviera. It was like a white hotel on a cliff top. It was lovely. Lovely. Gary Ross, Salt Coats. He says it's a good loyalist area. What is a loyalist? What is that? I don't know what that is, a loyalist. A loyalist. What is a loyalist area? What is that? Is that a political thing? We don't do politics on here, dear. We're all one happy family here. Well, most of us are happy, I think. Heidi used to go to Blackpool once a year on a coast trip with the whole family. Yeah. Yeah, lovely. What else? Monaco, says John Parrish. So much money, dear. He makes me laugh, John Parrish. He's always pleading poverty on his loaded, dear. Loaded. He keeps it all under the bed. Find out where his caravan is. Thank you, Steph. Got her T-shirt today. Excellent, Steph. Gary used to do seasonal work at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. There we are. Look at that. Oh, gosh. Where else? Any others? Wonderful. Sent you a most wanted poster. No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a most wanted poster at all. Good. Michael Bowman. My favourite holiday was Sunshine Coast in Queensland. Beautiful place. Then I moved there in 2009. Sadly, I moved 3 months ago, but plans on my back in a couple of months' time. Plans to go back in a couple of months' time. Yeah, I've been to Queensland a couple of times in Australia. Beautiful place. Absolutely stunning place. Well, last night we went to, did go to Skegness last night, and lovely it was, you know. I had me walk along the river yesterday. I was very, very disappointed to see a new item of rubbish since I collected all the rubbish along the river. A new item of rubbish. In fact, there were 3 items of rubbish. 2 cans and a paper coffee cup carelessly slung out of someone's window in the car. Does do my head in, it really does. And there was lots of swans and they're young. Beautiful swans. And the swans have now got bigger. You know, the baby swans are now almost the same size as their mummy and daddy. But they're still grey. They're quite grey. When do they go white then? Such pretty things, aren't they, swans? When they get angry, they puff their feathers out and chase other swans away. But I always think it's quite sad when you see one swan and 3 or 4 baby swans. Where's the other one gone? And it's sad, and I think to myself, that swan doesn't have a daddy or a mummy. I wonder if the mummy swan gets hurt, or worse, does the daddy swan take over the looking after of the cygnets? That's a good word, isn't it? Cygnets. I wonder how that works. But there they are, flowing up and down the Witham River. It was actually 1 swan and 4 cygnets I saw yesterday, proudly going along. You know, beautiful things, swans. Very lucky here with all the wildlife around and what have you. Yesterday afternoon, I watched episode 2, series 3 of The Fall. So I think I'm on the last series of that. It's an excellent series, available on Netflix. Gillian Anderson's in it. And the murderer is really good looking. I mean, if you wanted to be murdered, you'd choose him. Yeah, you know. No, you wouldn't want someone ugly to murder you, would you? You know. Just imagine if you had Janet Street Porter or Gemma Collins coming towards you with a knife. You wouldn't be very happy with that. But this bloke on the Fall, yeah, he's drop dead gorgeous, he is. You would want to be murdered by him, if anyone. And as I say, last night we went down to Skegness. Went over to my nephew's, off we went. But unfortunately, we had to go back again. Or well, at least I had to go back because I had my sister in the car and she'd forgotten her purse and her bag. Not for the meal, but for the because we wanted to go to Aldi afterwards shopping. So we went down there, had our usual chips and that, fish and chips at the Trawler's Catch. So I had baked beans on chips, very nice. And then I had my niece's chips because she didn't want them all. And I had my great niece Evie's chips. She didn't want them all. Then I had great nephew Harry's beans because he didn't want all those. So I kind of had 2 meals, really. They were very nice. Gary then produced, a little bit earlier in the day, he produced 3 bars of chocolate given to me as a gift. The new Cadbury's chocolate flavours, you know the ones? They do ginger and they do blueberry, coconut and honeycomb. And I haven't been able to find any of those. I found the ginger ones, although I haven't bought them yet. And it's basically bar of chocolate. I have a blueberry, ginger, coconut. There is another one, honeycomb, but we haven't found that one anywhere yet. And thank you very much, you know. And my sister starts screaming at him, "You'll give him diabetes, you'll give him diabetes." Oh, she's no fun, she really isn't. It's so difficult to get a smile out of my sister, it really is. She just doesn't find anything amusing at all. I don't know why that is. "You'll give him diabetes, put them away." There we are. I don't know, dear. Who's this here? Good morning to Maureen. Hello to you, Maureen. Let's just do that little ticket for you. I think we might do the super chat raffle now in a moment. Get ready, gang. We're all a bit all over the place, really, aren't we, at the moment? I think I've been looking at the messages too much. It kind of throws me completely off course if I read too many messages. It does. I've got this list. I've got a thing here that says, followed by police on the way home through Horncastle. And then it says, poison pen letter, garage door. And I don't know what that means because I've been thrown off course. I think it might be one of the stories I've got here, actually. Is it? Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, it's in the Daily Mirror. Have you ever had a poison pen letter? Have you? I don't think... Have I ever had one? I don't think I've had one, actually. No, I think one of my managers in some of the pubs I've worked in, he's had a few poison pen letters, you know. Now that you chuck me out the pub, I'm going to come round and do you, that sort of thing. Poison pen letters. Well, this lady's had one in the Daily Mirror this morning. A homeowner who attempted to cheer up her property by painting her garage door was shocked. Let's do the shocks look. Was shocked to receive a cruel letter from a stranger. Someone who lives in the local area sent a typed message accusing her of devaluing the other homes on her street. Oh, here we go, dear. Oh, you can't paint that like that. You've completely taken down the value of the other houses in the street. What, by a painted garage door? Do me a favour, love. Close your curtains if you don't like it, you miserable old bag. That looks all right to me. He's drawn a moon and some stars. I'll show you in a minute. A photo of the message was taken and posted on somewhere or other by a user named Sound Guy, who has seen it and was stunned. I'm going to show you the picture now. One moment, please. And then we'll have a little look at our likes, see if I can show you those other pictures. There you go. All right. There you go. That's the picture. So she's drawn that. It's drawn on the garage. If you look closely, you can see it's a garage door, yeah? All right. Now, I think that looks pretty good. Why can't we be a bit more colourful in our lives? You know, beige colours everywhere or grey. It's just so awful. Bright pictures on the walls. In actual fact, down at the house in Bracknell, underneath we've got, lots of underpasses for cycle paths. And a lot of the walls have had paintings done on there. When I say paintings, I don't mean graffiti. For example, on the one going to the co-op, the local school, the Pines School, which is a primary school, they've had all the kids in there at some point and painted stuff and put the stuff over it so you can't wipe it off. What's that? Lacquer on it? It looks lovely. Just children's paintings. Beautiful. Instead of white or magnolia. Boring. My mate's got grey walls in his house. How depressing is that? But he likes it. Grey walls. I can't think of anything worse. Here in the caravan, I've got bright green living room, bright blue bedroom. At the house, I've got a purple bedroom. I've got a bright red hallway. I've got a yellow and white kitchen and a two-tone blue in the living room. Really grey, so boring. This miserable old bag. She's got a poison pen letter. Shall I read you the letter now? Look, it says, you've just devalued all of the homes. It's all printed, this is. Look what she's done here. Miserable old bag. Oh, these are the sort of people you don't want to live by, innit, eh? Them are noisy people. I don't mind the occasional letter like that coming from them. That's how she's written a letter. I'll read it to you. Noisy people. We can't have noisy people. You just devalued all of the homes in the area with that hideous graffiti at the front of your house. It has made the entire neighbourhood look like a low-income ghetto. They want to come on this caravan site. You couldn't have put it inside your house on an interior wall versus force all of us to have to live with that. You have compromised everyone's property value and resale opportunities by doing it with no consideration for anyone but your tasteless self. This is poisonous, this one. What a total lack of respect for your neighbours and anyone else's value of property or pride of ownership in this neighbourhood. I feel sorry for the homeowners on your street, and thank God it's not on ours, but every visitor we have will now have to drive by that on the way to us, like they're driving through the hood. Shame on you, you have no class. I'm gobsmacked. You can't believe someone would send a letter like that, would you? Looked all right to me. What a miserable old... I've firebombed the place. Find out who it is and firebomb it. Someone else wrote, oh, yeah, someone won't get that. You know someone on here won't get, oh, you can't go round firebombing people's houses. Someone else wrote, I'd straight up project that letter onto the front of my house. You could do that. Do you remember those things you had at school? The overhead projector. How much did we like to play with those? Teacher would come along and she'd turn on this thing in the middle of summer. And if you were sitting at the front of the class, this overhead projector had a fan on the back and it would project very hot air coming at you in the middle of summer when we were sitting there. Because we weren't allowed to take we weren't allowed to wear T-shirts in our school. Oh, no, dear. It was only very occasionally, when it was really hot, we were allowed to take our blazers off. We'd always be sitting there perfectly in our little uniforms, me and my blazer and my long trousers and white shirt and tie. I'd have your tie done up, couldn't take your tie off. Oh, no. And if you were unfortunate enough to be sitting at the front of the class, you'd be sitting in front of this overhead projector and she switches it on. This light bursts into life, this bright light comes on, and out the side, or at the back of the overhead projector, would come this blast of hot air which carried on through the entire class. Do you remember that? Not allowed to take our blazers and coat. Not at the London Oratory School, thank you very much. Proper Catholic school. Hail Mary, full of grace and all that. In Fulham, that was in Fulham, my school, in London. And she'd write on that thing, wouldn't she? Or she'd have something prepared, like on little plastic things, little film, I don't know what they were, like a bit of hard plastic. And she'd have stuff written or pictures, and she'd get them and put them on the overhead projector, and they'd just come on the thing, which was the overhead projector. I think it had a screen. It had like a mobile screen. She would lift this screen up and put it in place. And a blackboard. Now, Kelly Kim, who plays the quiz on Tuesday night, she says apparently classes now have interactive boards. I'm not quite sure what they are. I'd like to see one, actually. But you could get one of those, couldn't you? And you could photocopy, I don't know, put that letter somehow on a piece of film and then put it up on your house. Look what number 37 sent me. You know, something like that. Someone else wrote, I'd straight up project that letter onto the front of my house. A third added, can you imagine being this unhappy with your life that someone as minuscule as this sets you off that much? Good Lord. I mean, what sad people are. That picture is lovely, I think. If you just joined the show and you're wondering what I'm talking about, this picture here was painted onto someone's garage door, and someone's taken a dislike to it. There it is there. I think that's all right. It's not, I must admit, it's not the sort of picture I'd have on my garage door. I'll probably have something like this, you see. Something much more cut. Here you go. How would you like something like that on your garage door, yeah? You'd have to paint it on. I don't know if you could clip something like that, or someone would nick it, wouldn't they? It's so nice. But I tell you what you could have on your garage door. This. Here it is, boys and girls. This is what we are going to give away now for our Super Chat raffle. All right, it's time for our Super Chat raffle, boys and girls. Those of you that have been sending in a Super Chat this week, stand by. I shall now collect from its receptacle, from its stand, the Super Chatter raffle unit. There we go. Which is a glass jar, basically. Peter and the Wolf in music class on the projector. Peter and the Wolf. How's that go? Oh, gosh, I can't remember that tune. All right. All your raffle tickets are in there. Thank you very much for your Super Chats this week, boys and girls. It's the only way we get any cash in. Super Chat tips. Thank you very much for those. Good morning to Jenny Sam. Good morning, Jenny Sam. Texting in this morning. Don't you worry about that, my darling. There we go. All right. All your tickets are in there, my loves. Who's going to win it today? I wonder what the Park Nest. Here we go. Here we go. I knew it. I knew there'd be someone there going on about rules and regulations. I wonder what the local... I bet it was you who wrote the letter, wasn't it, Park Nest? Was it you? Was it you who wrote the letter? I wonder what the local council has to say. Always someone looking at the rules and regulations there. You carry on, Park Nest. Maybe you could write them another letter, darling. Why don't you write a letter to me complaining about something on this show? See what happens to it. I'll tell you what, if you write a letter to me complaining about the show, Park Nest, I will take that letter and a camera into the toilet and I'll show you exactly what I do with it, my darling. All right, my love? Right, come on. Do, 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 do. Mick wants to win the backdrop so that can be a cover for his wheelie bin. Well, mate, I hope you've got a clean wheelie bin, Mick Davenport. I can't be doing people with dirty wheelie bins. Oh, it's disgusting. Flies around them and everything. Maggots in people's wheelie bins. I mean, how long does it take to wash out your... Well, I don't need to. I got wheelie bin liners. Yeah, from Amazon. And they're dirt cheap. You get a load of them for like 10 quid. Or you can get them down Aldi. I think they're about 79 pence, something like that. A big roll of wheelie bin. They're huge wheelie bin liners. But be warned, it's thin plastic. Okay? Be careful when you take them. Actually, you don't have to, do you? You don't have to. No. You put the wheelie bin liner in the wheelie bin when it's been emptied. Boom, job done. Wonderful. Never get a dirty wheelie bin again. Right, you ready then? Ready? Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? Right. What do you mean it's a bin, Chris? Yeah, it's got to be kept clean, Andy. Are you a dirty person, Andy? Have you got a dirty bin? Maggots and flies flying around it. How disgusting. Dirty people, Andy. You disappoint me. You came across as a clean person. There you go, Mick Davenport. I knew it. I thought he'd someone that would have a clean wheelie bin. He has it jet washed. There you go, Andy. He has it jet washed. Nice. John Parrish, what are the first signs of being gay? You really want to know, John? I'll tell you, the first signs of being gay is when you're like 7 or 8 years old and you pick up the mum's catalogue and you start looking at the underwear section for men. That's the first signs of being gay. I'm giving away all my secrets today. Ask John Aitken. John, am I right, John? John Aitken. He's another one. Isn't that right, John? It's when you're about 7 or 8 years old and you pick up mum's catalogue and you flick straight past all the toys and everything and start looking at the men's underwear. That is true. Some people go for a phase. They start like that and then move on to the women's. I'd had nothing to do with the women's underwear. God, ma, blimey. Right. Stand by. Let's pick a ticket, gang. Here comes the drum roll. I have a ticket. It's ticket number 230. Does anyone know whose that is? I'll read you the number. Let's just see if anyone knows whose that is. 230. Anyone knows who that is? And all these tickets that haven't been picked, they now go in here, ready for our next super draw, which is at the end of the month. There you go. How long does it take to pull a ticket? Well, I thought that would be pretty obvious. Did you set your clock? Time it, shall and see. There you go. Anyone know who that is? Anyone knows who that is? 230. Anyone know? I don't think you do you? That's okay. It's all right. I'll tell you the name in a minute. Don't worry. We always do that. Park Nest always look at the women's lingerie to see if I could see the bits through the underwear. How old were you? I bet you was about 8, weren't you? All this old crap, you know. Oh, no. You know, children don't do it. Yes, they do. We all did it when we were little. And I don't want to take this story too far. Did anyone play doctors and nurses with either a little girl or a little boy when you were both sort of 6 or 7 years old? Anyone do that? And it's funny that it's completely innocent, of course. Completely and totally innocent, isn't it, eh? I do despair sometimes when you see stories in the newspapers about someone's child has touched someone else's child like this, and it's just a children thing, isn't it? Isn't it? It's nothing perverted about it in the slightest. You know, they say, oh, what's that there? Can I just touch that? That's a child thing. But these blooming millennials don't seem to realise it. Oh, they're all off their heads anyway. Can't be bothered with them. Right. Let's have a look there. Gary Ross used to look at the woman in swimwear in my K's catalogue. There you go. And the woman on the side of the cans of Tennent's. It was funny, actually. My dad bought me some pictures of rugby blokes. People playing rugby. There you go. I bought you because he used to work for the newspapers. Always bringing us stuff home, me and my sister. Boxes, rolls of paper and pictures. Various pictures, as used by the paper. And he bought me these pictures of this rugby bloke. I think that's the first time I looked at a man. It was this rugby bloke, and he was in like a pose where he was running with a ball. He had white. I will never forget. He had white shorts on. I don't know who it was now. A rugby team. And I think, I honestly think that is the first time I thought, oh, he's quite nice, you know. But I go, where did the jar go? Oh, there's the jar. Empty now. If it goes on much further than this, I'll have to turn some lights off, darling. There you go. Right, have we not claimed? Right, we haven't got a claim. It doesn't matter. Ticket number 230 is the delightful Rachel Wheatland. Well done, Rachel. Well done, Rachel. You've won the backdrop, my darling. Not only have you won the backdrop, but we're also throwing you in a Scrap It Man stick. Oh, you've already got one. Do you want another one? Of course you do, darling. You've won it, fair and square. Well done, Rachel. All right. Sweetheart, that will be in the post for you this afternoon. I've now got some grey envelopes, I'm pleased to say, and that'll go as a large letter. And that goes in there for the super draw, which is at the end of the month. Congratulations, Raffle. Well done. Congratulations, Rachel. Well done on winning today's raffle there. Let's just scroll back up here. Anyone talking about the... good morning to Dave O. Morning to Dave O. Welcome to you. That's John Paris still looks at the catalogues. Straight over to the underwear section. Park Nest. When I played doctors and nurses, I was always the ambulance driver. Well, that doesn't sound so much fun. It's Sharon, don't blame Dad on the fact you're gay. It was his fault because he bought in the pictures of people in rugby the rugby bloke. All right, good. Well done, Rachel. How are we doing on those likes? 26? What did we say? 26. All right, let's show you those pictures. Here they come, gang. First of all, a couple of pictures sent in this morning by Steve Carter. There we go. Thank you very much. And Steve writes, "Hi, Chris. Thanks for showing my images yesterday on your very entertaining show. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Very glad you enjoyed them. Here's a few more for you from some of my travels around our beautiful country. So check. He does good. He's another one who does good pictures. Check these out, gang. Okay, that's Portland Bill at dawn. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. Another one there. That's Cromer Pier. Cromer, Cromer Pier. He's definitely got an eye for pictures, hasn't he? And we got a Cromer Pier sunrise coming up next. There it is. Cromer Pier sunrise. We'll watch those come round again. All right. I'll tell you what, I'm a little bit desperate for a wee this morning for some reason. Can I just play you a little bit of music and leave those pictures there for a second or two? All right. I haven't got any music lined up either, have I? Oh dear. Music. There it is. Music. Let me just play you a little bit of classical music, just a touch, okay? While I just go and have a little wee, and I'll be back with you in a second. All right. Hope you don't mind me disappearing like this. I've just realised you couldn't hear me then, could you? Sorry, gang. A moment of silence there. A moment of silence there for you to collect your sad, lonely, pathetic thoughts. So once again, thanks very much to Steve Carter for sending in those pictures there. A couple of pictures this morning, as you just saw there, from John Parrish. That's the IKEA home delivery. Maybe, I'm not quite sure where that was there. It just says mobile IKEA near our place. So is that Philippines, is it? Possibly the Philippines. Okay. And it says underneath that picture, Uncle House near us. So I don't know what that means there. And part of the farm there that John Parrish has, I assume. It says KFC anyone. Where's that picture gone? That's coming up again there. Come on. There we are. KFC. Do they do goose nuggets, perhaps in the Philippines? Goose nuggets, I don't know. Something like that, maybe. Thank you, John, for your 2 pictures. Excellent. What else have we got here? And one from Dylan. There we are. Dylan is pleased to show you there. The new Scrap It Man sticker he won the other day with his fridge magnet is now proudly displayed on his window there for all to see. So thank you very much, Dylan, for sending something like that through. All right, Dylan, thank you very much for those. As always, gang, if you want anything sent, as I've said so much, please email it. Don't send it on a Facebook message or a Twitter. Please email it, because if you don't, it'll get forgotten. And oh, you haven't shown my pictures. Well, you didn't email them. No one listens. No one ever listens, do they? So, do you know, sometimes I put something up there and there'll be a post up there. Tonight's quiz, 8 o'clock, or bingo, 8 o'clock. And you start getting messages. What time is the bingo? Is the bingo on tonight? Well, did you look? Did you look? Great pictures there. Great pictures. Thanks so much for all of you for sending those in. There's the email address if you've got anything you want sent in. Please don't send in any more than 2 at a time, okay? And I'll get those up. All right. Okie doke, boys and girls. What else have we got here? How much do you love Greggs? Jason Hughes, do you love Greggs? I think you do. Do you love Greggs? Yes. Do you love Greggs? Here we go. How much do you love Greggs? Now, would you do this, Jason Hughes? Would you do this? Daily Mirror this morning. Daily Mirror this morning. This girl, a Greggs super fan, who missed the bakery so much during the lockdown because it was closed. Couldn't get pasties. Jason Hughes lost 3/4 of his body weight because Greggs was closed, didn't you, darling? A Greggs superfan who missed the bakery so much during the lockdown decided to get their logo tattooed on her bum. How tacky. A tattoo on the bum. How tacky. She's only 20. 20 years old, ruining her beautiful body with a tattoo on her bum. She's from Paisley in Scotland and was so happy to get her hands on her daily Greggs sausage roll after lockdown was lifted that she decided to mark the occasion and her bum with the logo. Untrue at it. The mum of one had the idea when the tattoo parlours finally reopened 7 weeks ago and immediately booked herself in on the first available appointment. She's studying at a hairdressing college. She has no regrets. Oh, she's got all different coloured hairs as well. I'll show you a picture. She's very pretty. Very pretty. The mum of one had the idea when their tattoo parlours finally reopened 7 weeks ago and immediately booked herself in. She's studying hairdressing at college. She's no regrets about the artwork despite online trolls calling it embarrassing. Just ignore them, darling. Ignore them. If you want it, do it. It looks tacky, yes, but you wanted it, so sod 'em, darling. Do what you like, my love. You're not hurting anyone, are you, my love? She says, I'm obsessed with Greggs, and I always love their sausage rolls. I don't know if I should show you that. It does show a bit of bum. I don't know if we should be doing that on this programme. Oh. No. No, you're not going to see it. I'm not going to put the bum up. No, it's not right. There we go. Let me just show you the top bit. There's a top bit. There's the top bit. Okay, there's the top bit of her. She's very pretty. Look, she had her hair coloured as well. She's got the Greggs sausage roll there. I hope it's a vegan one. And in the picture, if you want to see it, it's in the Daily Mirror. I'll put that in the chat box for you, actually, if you want to see it there. Stop it, Matt. Mick, just stop it, darling. Calm yourself down, dear. You don't want anything to start going up there, my love. It'll affect your art. Oh, I've just had this picture in my head of Mick Davenport getting a... Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, I don't know, dear. Jason Hughes says his next stop is Greggs. Of course it is, my darling. We do like a Greggs. We absolutely do like a Greggs. Insert sausage roll here. Is that what it says on there? Mark, if you want to send me any pictures... No, it doesn't matter. Anyway. She's had a Greg's sausage roll. She says, before lockdown, I used to get a Greg's sausage roll nearly every day. And they're only £1. Very good value in Greg's, aren't they? They really are. £1. But that and a cup of tea, probably less than £2. Trouble is, I went in Greg's a couple of weeks ago. I went in for a sausage roll. And I watched his hand go in. They were next to the cheese and onion pasty. Oh, I'll have a cheese and onion pasty as well. Then his hand went in again, and I noticed the vegetable pasties. I had a vegetable pasty, a cheese and onion pasty, and a Greg's sausage roll. But that did classify me as having lunch. I didn't have that as a snack and then had lunch later. That was it. So that's not as bad as it sounds, is it? Vegetables are very good for you. Must always have vegetables. She says that I was more bothered about Greg's reopening than the pubs. Yeah, me too. So I decided when the tattoo parlours reopened that I was going to get something to share my love for Greg's. Most people love it and think it's hilarious. So good luck to you. The tattoo artist said to me he was buzzing to do it. Of course it was. Oh, that little needle in your skin. I couldn't act the pain. The only pain I ever want is from Mark Bowles, but he's still waiting to come round, darling. I think I can show you a bit of it. Now, how am I going to do that now? I don't know. If I show that, it's not going to come across the whole thing. I'll take a picture of it, and maybe that'll work. Yes, it will. Okay, here you can see a picture of the tattoo now. Doesn't look like a bum, fortunately. I'm not showing bums on here, darling. You're just all perverted. Oh, let's see a little bit of flesh today. There you go. Gee, it's not bad, is it? That's a good tattoo. Look how well that is. He's got all the lettering right and everything. You must be very talented to be a tattoo artist, don't you think? To do all that stuff. Very, very talented people doing tattoo artists. Doing tattoos. Wonderful. Hey, I'm Andy. I've been called out time after time about my tattoos, but as I've said before, my body choice, my life at the end of the day. Absolutely, Mandy. I absolutely agree with you. Do what you like. Who is it hurting anyway? I need busybodies making it like the woman moaning about someone's garage door. Dreadful people. That's the Greg story. I haven't seen, unfortunately, yet the last episode of Des. About Dennis Nielsen. I'm hoping to watch that with my lunch this afternoon, or actually no, it might be later. Oh, I've got another swim today, haven't I? I've got another swim booked in at the Lido, which I'm looking forward to. Sharon, if you're still watching at the moment, I'm probably going to try and cycle down to you this afternoon after the show. Yes, so I'll. Do I need to pop into the co-op and get a roll or something? I probably will have. So I'm probably going to cycle down to you because I've got a parcel, well, 2 parcels to post now at the post office. They won't go in or one of them won't go in the post box, unfortunately. So I'm coming cycling down to you after the show today, sis. All right, that's a good cycle. That is down to my sister. Oh yes, it's an hour and 20 minutes each way. So a long cycle. You have a sore bum after that, my loves. Mind you, not so bad on my new gel saddle, which DJ Chris bought me as a gift. So thank you for that, Chris. Those 3 bars of chocolate I was going to tell you about yesterday, earlier on in the show. 3 bars of Cadbury's chocolate that my nephew gave me yesterday. There was blueberry, coconut and ginger. And I wasn't going to have any. Because while we were in Skegness, I did have an ice cream as well. And an ice cream as well there. But I got near the house after I dropped my sister off. I said to my sister, do you want some of this chocolate? And she said no. So left my sister there and I thought, I'll just have a little bit of it, see what it's like. So I put my hand in my glove box, pulled one out. I won't look at it. Let's just have broke it. And it was the ginger one. Ginger Cadbury's chocolate. So it's ginger biscuit with Cadbury's chocolate around it. I'm not sure. It was all right, but I don't think I'd buy that again. I like ginger biscuits. I like Cadbury's chocolates. But they put it together. I'm not sure that one works for me. Has anyone else tried it at all? The Cadbury's ginger chocolate? I was hoping the blueberry one came out, but it didn't. It was the ginger one. I didn't look at the wrapper. Don't know if any of you have tried the ginger chocolate yet. Mark, we didn't do a video. I completely forgot to do a video yesterday, actually, Mark. I was a bit carried away with the family and listening to myself on the radio. Yeah, a lot of you heard that last night. Thank you very much for your very kind comments. I did a little show on, it was a tiny show within a show, as William Wright, the presenter, calls it. I've kind of become friends with him since I went up to BBC Lincolnshire, and he encourages me. He's very he encourages me a lot to send stuff, and he says keep sending stuff in. He's said that to me a couple of times, and we have emails going backwards and forwards. He does a couple of the evening shows, and he's doing Thursday nights and Wednesday night show, and he's brought in this new feature, a show within a show, a tiny show within a show. And whoever you are, you could do it yourself. You put together a 20-minute show with or without music, and you send it in to him, and he plays it out within his show. And they did that with mine last night, and I got some lovely comments, so thank you very much for those. It's very kind of you. And he sent me another email with another couple of suggestions. I feel that he's like kind of batting my court, so to speak, you know, batting the ball in my court, which is very kind of him indeed, very kind of him. So we'll see what else comes along, but thank you very much for your comments on that yesterday. I enjoyed doing it. Yeah, I did enjoy doing it. I found it quite stressful doing it for some reason. A 20-minute recorded segment there. But it was done, and that was it. So down at the Trawler's Catch, after that, ice cream on the way home. Yeah, the chocolate ginger. No, I'm not so much of that one. Not so much at that one. All right, yeah. So I didn't do the video last night. Sorry, Mark, darling. Sorry about that. Get a crusty roll. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. I'll get the crusty roll. Doesn't hurt you at all. What, the needle going in, the what do you call it? The tattooing doesn't hurt at all. Gosh, I don't know about that. I'm from Paisley. What's the girl's name again? Oh, I don't know. It's gone now, dear. I'm afraid it's gone now, my love. All right. Oh dear. Now, has anyone been? Who's in the West Midlands? Has someone farted in the West Midlands? Was it you? Who was it? In the Sun this morning, a disgusting stench hit thousands of homes across the West Midlands the night before last. The foul smell, described as being like sewage, manure, cheese and vomit, spread from Birmingham throughout the country. That's Paul and Lou. It's one of them. Paul and Lou have been using that toilet too much. They're not here this morning, are they? Many appalled residents. Are you an appalled resident? I love the way some of these stories are written. Many appalled residents. I'm appalled at that. Took to social media to tell of their horror, with some convinced it was being deliberately pumped out to stop people leaving home. Oh, they're thicker. Aren't people thick? The conspiracy theories that you see. People are so unbelievably stupid these days. I don't know if it's just that I'm getting older and I'm noticing this more and more. Really thick, stupid people who don't believe anything they're told. And this lot, some people are convinced it's being deliberately pumped out to stop people leaving their home. The bizarre conspiracy theory was sparked by some British people suggesting the government could be trying to encourage people to stick to the coronavirus restrictions. You couldn't make it up, could you? People read stuff on the internet and they immediately believe it. They look stuff up straight away. Oh, you don't want to do that. Oh, you don't want to do that. No, this will happen or that will happen. One local told The Sun, there's a horrid smell in the air over the Midlands. It's got to be Paul and Lou. Must be. I think the fact that they've lost the raffle so many times is starting to affect their bodies. My friend lives 20 miles away from me in Wednesbury, and she can smell it. It can't be a weather condition, as I've never smelt anything like it in my 36 years' existence except on a farm. Wouldn't be Mark Bowles. He smells of roses. I know he does. Mark, could you sort of leave a bottle open? and keep it with you all day and then put the top on and send it to me. I want to know what you smell like. Is that possible? Do you like smelling people? The rat, and it goes on about the lockdown. They're just filling in. They repeat the same stories over and over. You'll get the little story like that, and then it goes into the lockdown story and what we can and can't do. Goes on about all the restrictions, and we know about them already. One person tweeted, "What's that god-awful smell of shh in the air being smelt all over the West Midlands?" Another added, "Well, there's a smell polluting the Midlands. Is this the end?" Everyone's gone off. That's what's happened. Everyone in Birmingham have gone off. They're decomposing while still alive. That's what the smell is. Have you been to Birmingham? They're decomposing as they're walking around, literally. You'll be going past Birmingham one day and there's just this pile of stuff. What's that? Decomposed bodies. Awful. One British person took it a step further, saying, "My sister has got so many conspiracy theories on why the whole of the West Midlands suddenly smells like shh. 1, to stop people going out. 2, to stop people having barbecues. 3, to test people's smell. If they can't smell the shh, they've got corona." Oh, what an awful smell. Come on, who was it then? Who's had a nasty poo in the Midlands? Be honest. Be honest who it was. Good morning to Ross Herndon. Morning, Ross. Thank you very much for listening to the show there. Did you really set the alarm just to listen for that? 2:30 in the morning? Gosh, Ross. Thank you, Ross. I'm very touched by your messages. Very, very touched. Very touched by your messages on the show yesterday. Excuse me. What else have we got here? Excellent police work here. Excellent police work. In the Daily Mail this morning, reckless drivers have been... And I've seen this on the Euston Road in London. I've seen this time and time again. Uber drivers watching the television while they're on a busy London road on the mobile phones. There must be some way of doing something to your mobile phone so that it can't receive the telly while you're driving along or something like that. I mean, the traffic travel thing, you know, the maps, what are they? Sat-navs. A lot of the sat-navs have got something. You try and do something on it. When you're moving along, it won't let you do it. So why can't they do that with videos? It's ridiculous. How is it possible to watch a video on your phone while you're driving along? There must be something they can do to stop that happening. I've seen it so many times. Well, it's not just little cars. There's great big lorries as well on the motorway. Reckless drivers have been caught using FaceTime and watching movies at the wheel by police officers who patrol the M40 in unmarked lorries. Untrue, innit? Watching a film. The law-breaking motorists were captured on film. Excellent work, boys. Excellent work, boys and girls. I don't mean, when I say boys, I mean boys and girls. So, excellent work, boys and girls in the police. By police officers who patrolled the M40 in unmarked lorries. The law-breaking motorists were captured on film by Warwickshire Police as part of Operation Tramline, a national campaign in which officers use HGVs to locate drivers who could pose a risk on the road. In one clip, officers caught a HGV driver who was watching a film on his mobile phone as he drove down the M40 near Leamington Spa in Warwickshire. Footage captures an officer as he tells his colleagues he's watching a film in front of his steering wheel. He still hasn't noticed us. Well, if he hasn't noticed a policeman, he won't notice another car on the road, will he? Do you see what I mean? So dangerous. So dangerous. The reason he's on the hard shoulder all the time is because he's watching a film. He was on the hard shoulder driving along. is still looking down. He glanced up and now looking down. All of this on camera. I can see the phone, but I can't see what the film is. It's obviously an amusing one because he's laughing. He's engrossed in the film. The driver eventually realises he's been spotted by police and pulls in while officers from a patrol car approach the vehicle. In another case, a trucker is caught using the FaceTime while driving on the M40. Video from the incident captures an officer as he explains the one next to us is FaceTiming. He's holding the phone in his left hand and I can see a good lady on the other end of the screen. Did she have her clothes on? He's FaceTiming as we speak. He's all over the road. He's like this. Oh, my God. The driver then gets himself into more trouble when he picks up a drink while he's on the phone and then spots the cops before taking his other hand off the wheel to give us a thumbs up just like that. These people want locking up. A third clip captures a woman driving a Range Rover Evoque. I bet she's posh. You get a few of those round here. Oh, yes. The townies that have come out to the country for a little holiday in their Range Rovers. And you know the ones because they're spotless, clean to within an inch of their lives, these Range Rovers. And they have no idea how to drive on the roads. She's texting. That I happen to know that the texting is one of the things that the police hate most. You don't know where the letters are. I bet you can't text a long text without looking at your phone, by knowing where the thing is. Can you do it like that? No, of course you can't. You're looking over there and in that split second, something can happen in front of you. You don't know what. I doubt whether you'll have a child suddenly run across the motorway, which is bad enough in town, but another car that suddenly pulls in front of you for whatever reason, I don't know. After realising she was caught, she didn't give up. She then made a rude gesture to the police before speeding off. She's now looked up and she's seen me swearing, says the policeman. Oh, gosh. Gentlemen, there is a lady in lane 2 who's about to go for it now. She's seen me filming using her phone and she's now taking off. A patrol car which followed the lorry, which is following the lorry, chases after her before pulling her over. Good. Nick her. Nick her. How many of these people did they find? 100, almost 200 driver offences in 5 years. We're not talking about speeding. We're talking about people on their phones doing stuff while they're in the blooming cars. I don't know what the answer is because there's so much of it going on. They can't catch them all, can they? There were 194 offences identified from 154 vehicles, 42% of which were from large commercial vehicles, big lorries, compared to 58% from smaller commercial and private cars. 27 mobile phone offences were captured, with 2 separate HGV drivers filmed using FaceTime while driving on the M40. I mean, someone FaceTimes you, you can still hit that little button on your steering wheel. You don't have to touch the phone. But at the face, you could still take the call, but have the phone put down upside down on the chair so that there's no temptation to look at the screen, It's just shocking. In 2016, a bloke killed his mother and 3 children. A bloke killed a mother and her 3 children because he was distracted by his phone. He was scrolling through music on his mobile for 7 seconds before he ploughed into stationary traffic at 50 miles an hour. Gosh. You couldn't make it up, could you? These people on their phones watching films and what have you. Terrible. Dave Holland says, I saw a man last week driving a car looking at his phone. What movie was it? I've no idea. No idea what the film was there. There's a few on YouTube. I'm sure you probably find a few of the, the little cameras people have got in the cars, haven't they? Cameras in the cars, haven't they? For the I didn't tell you what the super chat prize is next week, did I? Where is it now? Oh, have I got it here? We're going to give away we're going to do a pack of cards next week. I haven't got it here. Oh, hang on. Here it is. Right. So here is the Super Chat prize for next week. Anyone who sends a £1 Super Chat will get a free raffle ticket for a set of playing cards. Why are these special? Because it's got my little picture on it. Look at that. A picture and the United Kingdom Talk logo. That's the Super Chat prize next week. Okay? So those of you who put that there like that, does that work? Yeah, that works like that, doesn't it? Okay. All right, that's the Super Chat prize next week for those raffle tickets. What is the time? 10:30. Is it? Gosh, it goes so quickly, doesn't it? Rude bride. Now, this is just rude. Daily Mirror. Whatever happened to people that were grateful for receiving any gift at all? Birthdays, weddings, Christmas. People complain that their gift is not, shall we say, up to their standards. I mean, how blooming rude people are now. And it seems to be led by those ghastly people known as millennials. Rude. Because they didn't get the gift they were expecting, or they've got something of perhaps lower value than was expected. How blooming rude. I would never get them another gift again. Daily Mirror. When attending a wedding, it's traditional to bring a gift for the happy couple, but of course, no one is actually required to do so. Some people buy from a registry to give the bride and groom a item that will help them in their new life together. I think we've always had lists, wedding gift lists, haven't we? But not birthday and Christmas. This is a new thing. This is a new thing. People giving out lists of what they want for Christmas. That is not what it's about in my mind. I'm sorry, it's not. You can understand a wedding, otherwise you don't want to end up with 10 toasters, do you? Or perhaps you do, perhaps you like toast. Do you like toast? Remember that song? A little bit of toast. A little bit of toast. Remember that one? Perhaps you like toast. Perhaps you'll be happy to receive 10 toasters. Please contact my nephew immediately. He'd be very happy to take those off your hands and make videos out of them and then sell them on eBay. And there's toasters and there's toasters, aren't there? I've got a toaster here. 15 quid. Asda. Perfect good toast. My mate's got one. You know. 160 quid odd. But that's what he likes. Anyway, some people buy from a registry to give the bride and groom an item that will help them in their new life together. One guest at a wedding decided to come up with her own gift idea and presented the couple with a hamper of treats. Nice. Inside the basket were numerous items including sweets, a jar of marshmallow fluff, biscuits and crisps. It was accompanied by a card which read, "Life is delicious. Enjoy." Nice. And while we'd be very pleased to receive some tasty goodies, the bride was less than impressed. Well, I would have walked out. Following their wedding, which took place in 2013, a photo of the hamper was posted and it was shared online by the woman who gifted it, Kathy Mason. Thank you, Kathy. Nice thought. Nice gift. The photo, despite being several years old, resurfaced and has caused quite a stir with users. Alongside the original image, Kathy explained how she had sent the basket but didn't receive a warm thank you from the couple. Instead, the bride, Laura, managed to inform her gift wasn't really good enough and an envelope of cash would have been better. The downright cheek of people. Why would you want that as a friend? According to the Hamilton Spectator, I don't know what that is, Laura's message read, "I want to thank you for coming to the wedding on Friday. I'm not sure if it's the first wedding you've been to, but for your next wedding, people give envelopes. I lost out on $200 covering you and your date's plate. And got Fluffy Whip and Sour Patch Kids in return. Just a heads up for the future." Speaking at the time, Kathy said she didn't think she'd done anything wrong in giving the gift, and users on a site called Reddit agreed with her. Laura was branded, the bride, as rude and tacky in the comments for her text message. One person said, "What planet is this horrible bride living on? If you don't like or want the gift, then re-gift the damn thing and move on with your life, you rude hag." You see, I just wouldn't say... I would say something. I'd send a message. Probably write a letter, or... Anyone write letters anymore? Got a phone call. "Oh, hello, what's the other lady's? Call her Jane." "Oh, hello, Jane. Yeah, just wanted to thank you for the ham piece. Ever so nice. Thanks ever so much. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Really useful." Put the phone down. That would be me. Whether I liked it or not, I'd make that phone call. How rude people are. Someone wrote, "What an absolutely heinous person you are. If you're desperate for money, don't blow $200 per person on a fancy wedding you don't need." Absolutely. And putting a basket of stuff together like that, I would assume, is not a particularly cheap thing to do anyway, is it? You've got all those nice things in there. Probably a few of those posh biscuits, you know the sort of thing, don't you? Posh chocolates, you know. Not Cadbury's, like, I don't know, Thornton's or something like that. We're not exactly posh. Hotel Chocolat. They're nice. Hotel Chocolat chocolates. Yes, please, mummy. They do this caramel thing, which is absolutely delicious. Really, really nice it is. Oh, dear. Mark's videos are full of swearing at other drivers, are they? Mick can't publish his dash cam videos as they're X-rated. I swear a lot as well. I just let people go past now. I can't be bothered with them. Ah, Rachel says, "My son just turned around and gave me a big smile when you mentioned Christmas list." What's on it? What's his name? Go on. What's he got on his Christmas list? We want to know. Michael Parman, "We have distracted mobile phone cameras on the side of the road that catch distracted drivers." Excellent. Partness has got a new dash cam. I haven't got one of those, actually. I haven't got one of those. All right. Angry Neighbours. Well, we've done that one, haven't we? We've done the Angry Neighbours one. Now, here we go, boys and girls. Do you want to be a lingerie tester? Here, Mark Bowles, there's something for you here, my love. Lingerie testing in the metro this morning. Want to earn some extra spending money? How about testing lingerie? Did you notice the French accent I did? Lingerie. Lingerie brand Pour Moi. Oh, I can do all the languages. Pour Moi. I'm looking to hire a couple of sexy lingerie testers. Perhaps this is something you and me could do, Mark, to give feedback on the seduction powers of some sets for £30 an hour. You get paid for this. All you got to do is put on a pair of knickers and a bra. I think I can do that. What would you like me dressed as, Mark? Is there anything you like me dressed as in particular? That you quite like the nurse's outfit I wore, didn't you? Where is it now? There's people on here who haven't seen this. I haven't put the calendar back up. I don't know why. I didn't want to spoil the picture, really, so that's why the calendar hasn't come back up. It's just... There's Mixed Mowers. 1 minute now. Where is it? It's February. I think it's February. Hang on, February. I think it's February. Oh, no, it's not February. Hang on. Oh, I think it's November. Hang on, November. 1 minute. We had a calendar made, you see, and there we are. Now, I want you... What do you think of this girl? What do you think of this girl here? Yes, you want me, don't you? Look. Oh, is my stomach sticking out there a little bit? I think it's the angle of the photo. Can you see the bottom of the leg there? Look, where the stocking hasn't quite gone up. I haven't laughed so much this week in a long time. I've got to tell you. Every morning I've had a laugh with you. Every single morning. I don't care what I do to get a laugh. Anyway, you can get 30 quid an hour for testing out sexy lingerie. The company's website said that a pair in a consensual relationship, well, we practically are, aren't we, Mark, when you get rid of Tina? God, is she still hanging around? They will need to commit to 10 hours. Can you go for 10 hours? Just wondering. You need to commit to 10 hours of sexy lingerie testing over a month period, meaning the eventual paycheck will add up to £300 for the couple to split. Well, it won't be split, obviously, Mark. I'll be taking most of that, darling. This one, well, because I'm the woman. This one-off role is open to a couple based in any country as long as they're over the age of 18. Well, I think we both pass for that, dear. If your application is successful, you'll get 3 separate sets of lingerie to test and keep. There you go. You'll need to fill out a survey with your thoughts on the lingerie, including which set of the 3 you prefer and how easy the sets are to put on and take off. Now, we've got a lever here, Mark. We've got a lever here, there, right? Because when we send, she's still hanging around, is she? Oh dear. When we send our application through, when we get the letter back saying, oh, I'm sorry, we're only after man-woman couples, then we can do the whole left-wing thing, can't we? And start writing to the BBC. You know, same-sex couple refused by large lingerie couple to do adverts. And then we can have all these left-wing people coming out, sticking themselves up to the sides of caravans and things like that. Because we can do that whole left-wing thing. Oh, we're being victimised. See, that's how we win with that, you see. I've been watching these people, don't worry, doing their little left-wing marches all over the world. I've been watching them. I see how they get what they want now. I understand it. That's what it's all about. Attention seeking. And we'll be able to do that. Homophobic lingerie company refuses same-sex couple to join in lingerie competition. Absolutely. There'll be a few of you on here. I'm sure you can get advice on that one. Little groups that you belong to. You know. Full feeding rights for budgerigars. I saw that one the other day, I'm sure. To apply, all you need to do is fill out a form on Port Moy's website. Applications close on October the 12th. So get some nice pictures together, Mark, and we'll do that, my love. It says, founder Michael Thompson says, our lingerie and hosiery, is it hosiery? Hosiery is designed and made to varying standards of fit, comfort and quality. We are really passionate about helping our customers feel as sexy and as confident as possible. So there we are. Testing the lingerie. We're going to try and do that with Mark Bowles. Although, to be quite frankly, I don't think it'll be on me much for very long. He won't be able to wait to rip those off me. Anyway, we're getting far too pervy now, boys and girls. 2 more stories, and then we'll do today's raffle. Have I done all my other bits and pieces on here? Oh, I tell you what. Seriously, I turned on the breakfast news this morning, all channels. BBC Breakfast Time. Although it was nice to see Naga. We like to see Naga in the morning. It was nice to see her sitting there with her leg crossed, chatting away to whichever member of Parliament it was this time. Then I flicked across to the other side. No Piers. It was some other bloke who seems quite friendly. He seems friendly enough, but I wasn't keen on the girl with him. I can't remember who the girl was now. He was all right. And then over onto the Sky News. Oh, give it a rest on the testing row. Please. The whole hour almost going on every channel I flicked to. On and on about not being able to get tested. For Christ's sake, give it a rest and give us some other news, will you? There must be something else happening. How many times do we need to hear the same stories going round and round? So this week it's testing. And they keep finding new things, don't they? And they find a story and they go on and on and on about it. We've had just before the testing, we've had, it's running at the same time as the diversity, the dancing row, on and on about that. The Extinction Rebellion. Give it a rest. There used to be a news programme and it would have many stories within it. Not so much anymore. Certainly not on the breakfast things. On and on and on about, oh, we can't get a test. We can't get... All right, well, we know now. Can we know something else now, please? Give it a blooming rest, for Christ's sake. Two more stories then. Gordon Ramsay. He's in the news. I think he's all right. I don't have a problem with swearing. You want to hear me when I'm not on here. I'm pretty bad swearing. I am. I clean it up for you, my dears. How would you want me, Mark Bowles, in real life? Would you like me like this? Or should it just be myself? Because I have a filthy mouth, dear. Filthy. My nephew's wife has to tell me off sometimes for words that I use. Gordon Ramsay has been accused of having a joke. In the Daily Star this morning, Gordon Ramsay has been given another grilling over a minuscule steak and chips, 23 quid. Now, there's nothing worse than going into a restaurant, and I don't care if it's a cheap restaurant or a posh restaurant. I don't care where I am. But I want a decent amount of food on the plate. I'm not interested in what you do with these little sprinkles around, writing someone's name in gravy, you know, putting a couple of eyes. Well, my mum used to do that, actually. She used to, when I was a kid. Actually, it went on into my teenage years as well. She'd bring out my tin. If it was like sausages or something, she'd have the potato on the plate and put the sausages and make a face out of them. I'm not bothered about going into a posh restaurant and having peas. I want a decent amount of food on my plate for my money. Well, not in this Gordon Ramsay place, apparently. The celebrity chef has already been savaged this week after crowing about a £19 full English breakfast. Is that just because you're called Gordon Ramsay? Is that why you charge so much, lovey? Is it, darling? If not, I'll just go to Mrs. Jones down the end in a greasy, all-you-can-eat greasy spoon cafe and pay her £3 and get a decent conversation out of her. Well, a diner has revealed he found the cost of his dinner at Chef Ramsay's York and Albany restaurant in London hard to swallow. This bloke left a 1-star review posted on TripAdvisor this week saying, Gordon isn't Heston, but Gordon is Jesus. Don't quite get that. The bloke added, he multiplies the steaks, gives them a regular-sized 1-portion steak in any restaurant, and this is what he comes up with. 5 slices of meat over salted fries, 23 quid. Gordon, you've made a name giving advice on how to run a restaurant. Let me give you my advice. Are you ready to see this picture? Are you ready for this? 23 quid for this, right? You must be off your heads to be going here. 23 quid for that. I mean, for Christ's sake. There's nothing worse than having your chips served in something like that. All right? How much is a potato? I mean, if it's that bad, if you're having that much trouble with your profits, Gordon, perhaps you should get your potatoes from Aldi or Little Dear. They all taste the same. Look at that. Oh, where's it gone now? Do you see it? There it is. 23 quid. There you go. 23 quid for that. You must be off your head. It's not even cooked right. Look. It's all pink. How awful. The fuming reviewer continued, this is COVID time, hospitality sector is in a bad shape, blatantly joking at your customers won't help your business. 2 stars for the polite staff. I'm sure the staff were perfectly all right. Who told them to give such small portions? I wouldn't go. Gordon was mercilessly mocked after plugging his £19 fry-up this week. One Twitter, the celebrity chef wrote, the most amazing full English breakfast. Can't wait for you to try it from the 21st of September at the Savoy Grill. Well, the Savoy Grill, I mean, £19. You are paying, of course, for being in a posh hotel there, you know. He would argue, of course, that you're paying the same for sitting in his posh restaurant, but I wouldn't go in there. The dish was served at the upmarket London Grill. It's got 2 eggs, bacon, a single sausage, a tomato and a mushroom. £19 for that. A mushroom. 1. But it didn't go down too well with his followers. One asked, full, as in no one would be after eating that pitifully full small plateful. Another questioned where are the rest of it. Again, it's tiny. This breakfast is tiny, look. It's very well put and what have you. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand you're in a posh restaurant and all that. You know I go for afternoon teas. I like going to afternoon teas in 5-star hotels. I don't do it very often. Few times a year maybe. And stately homes like big 5-star resorts. I go to those sometimes with a friend, and it does cost a lot of money. And bear in mind, you are paying in there. You're not just paying for the food. You've got all these people working around you, bending over backwards to give you the best possible experience you can have. And generally, 99 times out of 100, they do it. There's been a couple of occasions where it wasn't quite up to scratch. The worst one was Selfridges. I don't recommend you go for afternoon tea in Selfridges. I ain't got a blooming clue. Not a clue. And you will be paying a lot of money to have that. But you are in there for the afternoon, you know? You're not just popped in for breakfast. Others argued it cost £5 to add any extras to the breakfast. Another £5 to add anything extra. You have to pay an extra £5 for another sausage. Jeez. Someone said, can't wait for you to try it. Are the sides £5 each, or is that for all of them? Who is mug enough to pay £5 for one sausage? That is shocking, isn't it? Isn't it tiny? Tiny, tiny meal there, dear. I know Mandy Davenport would make me a better meal than that, wouldn't you? Denise Andrews, she'd kill one of her chickens if she knew I ate chicken, wouldn't you, my love? Oh, dear. Half a sack of potatoes are £4 where Denise is. 4 cents. Mick says, how do you control your swearing? I don't know. It completely switches off when I'm doing a show. It does. Very rarely do I make a mistake. I don't have to think about not swearing. It just doesn't come out when I'm doing a show. All right. Mark says, always be yourself. Okay, well, I won't dress up in the latest thing. Well, I quite like putting a pair of stockings on for you, Mark, if you want me to. I don't mind, you know. Sometimes I do that in front of a mirror on my own. It's one of those things, really. Right. Let's do one more story, boys and girls. Thanks to Paul Copeland, who sent me a couple of pictures there, I think. So thank you very much for those. I'll have a look at those. And Dylan, I've just received a couple of emails there from people. Thanks for those. I'll sort those out a little bit later. In the Daily Mail, last one here. Fly tipping across the UK has increased by 2/3 in just 5 years. Figures reveal. Now, I hate rubbish. I hate rubbish just chucked out of cars. You know, I'm up and down this road here and over Bracknell Forest when I'm down at home with a bag. I don't go out anymore without a carrier bag with me. And I pick up the rubbish because no one else does it. Well, that's a lie. Some people do it. We're just a little bit few and far between, really. You know. The British countryside is defiled by louts, dumping huge piles of unwanted items and litter on roads, verges and other illegal locations. We saw a mattress last night on the way to Skegness. A mattress. Just dumped on the side of the road between Woodall Spa and Horncastle. A whole mattress. It's thought that many people use their extra time during the virus. I think, please don't use the virus lockdown. Every single story they use that, don't they? Every single story they have to talk. They have to mention the COVID-19. There's some idiot just has to fill up the bits of words on the page, I suppose. Much of the rubbish done on clear outs. People did their houses, didn't they? While we had the lockdown, they cleared out their houses. Much of the rubbish was dumped illegally after many councils shut down their waste recycling centres to concentrate on roadside collections. Now, I get this. One of the reasons, not the whole reason, one of the reasons we get all this fly tipping, and I'm not talking about the occasional can that I pick up, right? Whole bags of rubbish thrown out the back of a car, settees, televisions, computers dumped on the road in big piles. It's disgusting. But part of the reason for that is that the councils charge for certain things now. You used to be able to just take your rubbish down the council tip and that was it. End of. Bye-bye. Done. But they've started charging for stuff. Many of the councils, certainly the one in Bracknell, charges for a toilet. I took a toilet down there to dump. I was having one... Adam the plumber, actually, was doing the bathroom in one of the flats that I rent out. We had a toilet to dump. We took it down the thing. All right, mate, what have you got? I said, I've got some bits of wood there. And he said, oh, OK, and a toilet in the back there. Oh, it's £2.50 for the toilet. Pardon? Yeah, £2.50 for the toilet. I said, what do you mean £2.50? He said, you have to pay to dump the toilet. Oh, OK, then I was a bit shocked, really. I said, what else do we have to pay for? And plasterboard, I think. There were certain items that they had to charge for. Now, I handed over my £2.50, a little bit perturbed by that, but there we are. I handed it over and I would do the same again. But other people wouldn't do that. They would already know that it is £2.50 to dump a toilet. They drive up the road and just push it out the door. A lot of these people do that. So some of this is, as my sister said, is the council's fault for not taking stuff. During the lockdown, they were completely closed. So you couldn't dump anything. And at some people's houses, certainly around Bracknell, you notice stuff building up out the side of people's houses. Normal bins were collected, as usual, from your house, but you couldn't dump anything large like a telly or a settee, ended up on the side of the roads. Just dreadful. It says in the Daily Mail, as well as blighting beauty spots and posing a health hazard to humans and wildlife, fly tipping is also the cause of huge cost for local authorities and taxpayers. Now, that's an interesting point there, you see. Is it cheaper for the councils to just take all the rubbish, as they used to do, or is it cheaper for them to charge people X amount of money to dump this, that and the other, and then swallow the cost of other stuff illegally dumped and having to collect it, because that costs a lot of money. You know, for a bloke in his van to come out and pick up a telly that someone's dumped, I don't know, what shall we say, £100? How about a whole load of stuff? Settee, bags of rubbish, tyres. And it is unsightly. One tin can shining in grass to me is so unsightly that I now have to go and pick it up and take it away. It does my head in. The problem as a whole rose by 66% between the 5 years 14 to 2019. Some of the worst affected areas of the country include London Borough of Brent, where there was a 165% increase in fly tipping. Actually, you go around that sort of area, drive around that, you see it everywhere. Piles of rubbish. Nuneaton and Bedworth Council in Warwickshire saw an increase of 132% over the same period. It comes as the Great British September Clean, organised by environmental charity Keep Britain Tidy and backed by the Daily Mail, enters its second week. The campaign's also been backed by Boris Johnson, and the National Trust encourages families across the country to join the war on waste by taking a part in litter picks. And I've gone on and on about this over the last... I don't want to go on and on about it all the time. You know, that's the people like me, maybe one or two of you even go out, oh, that looks awful. Pick it up and take it away. Oh, it ain't mine, I ain't touching it. Well, it'll be there for another 10 years then, won't it? And the story goes on a little bit more. That one's in the Daily Mail there. And there's so much of this rubbish to find all over the blooming place. It just really is. Mark Bowles, completely agree. Council to blame. The tip is supposed to be a service under council tax. I hate being charged at the tip, so I can understand why it's people fly tip, although it's wrong. Yeah, I understand it. I could buy a dustbin wagon. That's a good idea, Mick Davenport. My friend Vectis Humphrey will be able to advise me on the suitable dustbin. He does the bins on the Isle of Wight. In there. So whose mattress was that? Come on and own up to it. I should be checking for stains. Dear me. Alrighty, shall we do today's raffle, gang? If you'd like a raffle ticket for next Monday's raffle, all you've got to do is say ticket please in the chat box, or you can text in your request for a raffle ticket, and I shall do that for you. 200, there we are. That should be enough for today. Have we done the super chat raffle? Oh, we've done it, haven't we? That was Rachel. Right, okay. Tickets are ready, gang. Here we go. Maureen, 196. Lovely John Aitken, 197. Michael Pullman, 198. Peter Wright, 199. Mark Bowles, 200. You're 200, Mark, today. There's a nice number. Mark Bowles, 200. Oh, look at it. It's Curvy Petal. How are you, darling? Nice to see you. I haven't seen you for a while. These tickets might be a bit out of sequence. Don't worry about that, okay? Makes no difference. Curvy Petal's back. Hello. Long time no see. Hello, Curvy. Curvy Petal gets 206. Make sure you write the numbers down, gang. Very important you write those numbers down, because we only read the number when they're called on Monday, okay? Mick Davenport, 207. Jason Hughes, 208. Diane Jebb, 209. Heidi Young, 210. And then we're going backwards again. Here we go. Denise Andrews, 202. Gary Ross, 203. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Ross Herndon, 204. Excuse me. 204 for Rossi. Daniel Holmes, 205. What's the next numbers? Okay. Leslie Ross, hello, darling, 211. Rachel, 212. Rachel, when you get that thing, if you put it up, can I have a photo of it? See where you've put it up, darling. Rachel likes nice colours. Where's the mattress? Me and Mandy might drive to go a bit of dogging. What's my... Oh, I've just got that image in my head. Oh. All right. Does anyone else want a raffle ticket? Please speak now, my darlings. Okay. We'll just check my text phone there. There you go. It's funny, isn't it, like that text? Sometimes they take hours to come through those texts, and other times instant like that. Really weird, that is. Thank you, Rachel. Today's birthdays then. Happy birthday on this, what are we, Thursday? Oh, Colin K. Thank you, Colin. 213 for Colin. Thank you, Colin. Here come today's birthdays, oh gorgeous ones. Happy birthday on this Thursday, the 17th of September, 2022. Paul Watts. Hello, Paul. He's a lovely chap. He pops up on the chat box now and again. Paul Watts. Nice man. Happy birthday to you, Paul. Lee Howard today is 50 years old. Happy birthday, Lee. Ed Dackstone. Good morning, Ed. That's a nice picture. The hat on there. Happy birthday, Ed. Craig James today, 30 years old. Daniel Martin today, 36 years old. Patricia Visser, happy birthday. Jackie Guthrie was Kelly. Does that mean you were called Kelly? Okay, happy birthday. And James Butler today is a young 35 years old. Happy birthday, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Twice, coronavirus. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. And 2 more raffle tickets to give out there. East Coast UK, ticket number 214 for you. Okay. And Jeff Burley. All right, Jeff. Ticket number 215 for you. There we go. All right. My sister there, she used to do homemade hampers. That's right. She did me one once as a Christmas present. What's wrong with that? It was beautiful. She'd done these little straw baskets. Wicker baskets. Wicker baskets she'd done. It's a Christmas present she gave out to various people. And she put straw in it. And her homemade stuff. Oh, she can do that. Homemade marmalade. There was homemade fudge. Look how happy this has made me. It's just such a nice thing that, please, you do not need to spend hundreds of pounds on a Christmas, unless it's a child. Different thing altogether. When you're giving gifts to each other, anyone gives you a blooming list of Christmas gifts, throw it back at them. How rude. I think it's rude. The best present you can get is something that's been made for you. And last year, was it last year or the year before? She said, what do you want for Christmas? I said, I don't know. I said, I'll tell you what, can you do me a pair of curtains for my studio? Because in here, unfortunately, I can't actually see out this window in front of me at the beautiful field. I have to close it off, otherwise it looks all funny to you. See, I have to have it quite dark. So she made me these curtains. It was either last year or the year before. And I'm going to show you these curtains now. Hang on. That's what I can see in front of me here, you see. And she made me these curtains. There's a little gap in the middle, that's all right. As long as you can't see a screen. Can you see that? She made me those. And they don't let any light through. The only light that comes through is sort of round there. A little bit short, actually. It's not the curtains that are short. The post is not long enough, if you see what I mean. Do you know, I think I've just realised I can actually pull the post out, so maybe I can do that. But it doesn't matter. It looks all right to you, so I'm not bothered. But she makes stuff. It's just a wonderful thing there. Wonderful thing to do that. Jeff, I've done you a ticket. 215 for you, Jeff, all right? 215 for you. So it's wonderful. Presents made by people. Or even better, cards and presents made by children at Christmas time. Nice. Denise gives a lot of her handcrafted things as they are made with love. And that's what it's all about, Denise. Christmas is not, and birthdays, is not about what can I get out of someone. It's about, I wonder what people will give me made with love. Best presents you could possibly get, I think. I really do. If you're told, it's a different thing. But we're not, are we? We're not children. Okay? All righty. Here we go, gang. It's time for our daily game of bingo right now. It's our daily game of bingo. All right. You would have received your little bingo tickets through the post. If you didn't, and you have been, you probably won at some point. Okay, you probably won and have fallen off the system. And if you want to go back on the system, just send me an email to the usual email address. There we go. And I'll put you back on the system. No problem at all. If you win, you do automatically fall off. 2 lists. Weekday list. Oh, there's something else I was going to tell you. I've come up with this idea. Okay, come up with this idea. As you well know, Sunday Bingo shortly will be moving on to its own channel, the Bingo channel. Okay, make sure you subscribe to that, thebingochannel.co.uk. Just type that into your address bar, not into the YouTube search box, because you won't find it there, because it's not popular enough. Type it into the address bar, thebingochannel.co.uk. You'll come to the channel there, be obvious, it says the Bingo channel on there, and hit the subscribe and the button on there. Okay, I've come up with an idea. We're going to do longest ever bingo game. Okay? Just to start the channel off, really. See if we can get anyone else on it. Longest ever bingo game. And what we do, one day, soon, you'll need to be subscribed to the channel or on the Sunday bingo list to be able to do this. Okay? What we're going to do is after a show, I'll start a game of bingo, which will go on for hours. But I won't be sitting here. Now and again, I'll come into the studio and I'll pull out another number. One game. And then when eventually someone wins, you will have 1 hour to claim. And it'll be a prize. Probably a water bottle. Oh, where are they? Oh, I've packaged it off, haven't I? Probably a water bottle. So we're going to do longest ever bingo game. So the channel will be running, okay? I'll start a game and it will run over hours. I mean hours. So if we finish a show at like, I don't know, they're getting longer and longer, aren't they? I don't know how this is happening. We'll finish a show, and shortly after that, I'll start a bingo game. So I'll come up on the channel, and we'll start the bingo game. And I'll leave the camera running. We might be able to do some sort of music. We'll have some uncopywritten music, which I pay for each month, as you know. We'll have the music running behind it. And now and again, I'll pop into the studio and pull a number out. And then I'll disappear again. Could be 2 minutes later. Could be an hour later. And that'll go on for hours. All right? And we'll have a prize at the end of it. Just to launch the channel. Longest ever bingo game. If you're subscribed to the Sunday list, you'll be in on that already, okay? All right? So there we are. If you're not on the Sunday list or the weekday list and you want to join either of our bingo games, then send us a little email there, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk, and I'll add you to one or two of the lists. Okay, right then, let's play today's game. As always, we only play for a full house, boys and girls. Let's bring up the bingo board. We only play for a full house. Mark off all the numbers on your bingo ticket, and as soon as you've done that, shout out bingo in the chat box. When I see someone's won, I will stop the game. It's then up to you to claim your prize, okay? Which is another raffle ticket, basically. So you can win one of these on oh, where have they gone? Don't say my nephew's been in here and nicked something else. There it is. There you go. You're going to win one of those on Monday, okay? One of those on Monday. What we're doing now is giving you another opportunity to win it with a raffle ticket. Okay? All right? 1.5 minutes to claim. If for whatever reason at all your call doesn't get in within that minute and a half, then you've missed it and we move on to the next round. The messages take longer to get to me than they do to get to other people. We've realised this now. And the reason for that is I'm sending out the picture. That's why. I can change that. But unfortunately, some of you will start getting buffering then, because we did try that out. Maureen got buffering and one or two of you as well. In fact, Martin got buffering. It seemed to affect people that were watching on televisions. Okay, so we can't do that. So we just have to accept that there's always going to be delay. You only have 1.5 minutes to claim your prize as soon as you've won. All right then, you know how it goes. One of the worst things you can do is shout out bingo when you haven't actually won. You automatically go in timeout and are sent for a cup of tea if that happens. Never ever shout bingo if you haven't won bingo. Cardinal sin. Cardinal sin, that one. Okay? Someone will time you out for 5 minutes, so don't ever do that. Alrighty. Let's go, gang. Here comes your first number today. 1 and 5, 15. Playing for a full house. Shut up, Mark. 2 and 7, 27. 2 and 9, 29. An owl in the tree. Top right of Chris's head. You mean there? That does look like a bird there, doesn't it? Is that the one you mean there, Rachel? There's an owl. Dwoo! I like owls. Do you like owls? Dwoo! 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 We like owls. Oh, why has that come on there? Why did that come on there? That's supposed to give me another number then. Strange. Oh, I see what I've done. Right, here we go. 6 and 9, 69. Dwoo! Dwoo! 3 and 4, 34. Dwoo! Dwoo! All the 5s, 55. This gets madder and madder, this programme, doesn't it? All on its own, number 9. Thanks very much for all your likes this morning. Much appreciated, all right? All on its own, number 3. All the 4s, 44. 1 and 4, 14. Swimming today. Oh, opposite the caravan. All on its own, number 6. I don't think I could. It's not that, is it? Is it that? I can't see it. That doesn't look... Actually, it doesn't look like an owl. It looks like a bird of some sort, but not an owl. Why can't I see it? Oh, I don't know. All on its own, one little click, number 6. 5 and 9, the Brighton line. Woo, woo. 5 and 6, 56. 4 and 2, 42. 2 and 5, 25. I wonder what your voice sounds like, Mark. Is it quite deep? 5 and 3, 53. 5 and 1, 51. We can't find them, Rachel. 2 and 3, 23. 6 and 4, 64. 3 and 1, 31. 5 and 8, 58. 1 and 2, 12. Above your head. I can't see it. I can't see it. Can't see it. 1 and 2, 12. 8 and 5, 85. Oh, we must move on, dear. I've got to cycle to my sister's yet. 6 and 1, 61. 6 and 3, 63. 6 and 5, 65. 2 and 4, 24. All on its own, number 1. 4 and 9, 49. I can't remember Mark now. 5 and 4, 54. 7 and 5, 75. 5-0, blind 50. Just a minute. Where's this blin owl? Is that it? Is it there? Is that the owl? Looks like a cat. Stop looking at my bum, Mark. Perv. I can't see it. I can't see it. I can see a bird there. Looks like a parrot, actually. Can't see it. Giving up now. Giving up. 5-0, blind 50. 1 and 3, unlucky for some, 13. 8 and 7, 87. I can't see it. 87. Can you do a... Michael, you'll be able to do this. Can you do a screenshot and put a line around it and send it to me? Yeah, look. Hang on a minute. Tell me when you've done it. I'll get right down here. I'm down now. Have you done it yet? Have you done it yet? Have you done it? Right. 8 and 7, 87. Top of the shop, blind 90. All the ones, legs 11. Oh, where's my whistle? All on its own, number 5. Parrot. Pretty boy, pretty boy. One little duck, number 2. Quack, is there any ducks on there? 7 and 8, 78. 8 and 3, 83. All on its own, number 4. 2 fat, morbidly obese Gemma Collinses with no talent whatsoever, number 88. Oh, excuse me, hiccups now. Did that jump then? That didn't jump then, did it? No, 88, that's all right. 3 and 2, 32. 8 and 2, 82. There we go. 4 and 3, 43. 5 and 2, 52. 8 and 1, 81. Ah, you like the ducks. They might be making an appearance next week, actually, Denise. If I can get the music round recorded here. I may even stay another week, actually, here. 8 and 1, 81. 3-0, blind 30. 3 and 9, 39. They're all on pills. You wish. 5 and 7, 57. Oh, it reminds me of my happy days in the 90s at raves. Happy days. 5 and 7, 57. All the 3s, 33. Just imagine if we all carried on doing everything we used to do in the 90s, we'd probably all be dead now, wouldn't we? When you think about it. I'm sure. Shocking. 7 and 4, 74. 3 and 6, 36. 8 and 6, 86. 3 and 5, 35. 1 fat, morbidly obese, completely untalented and unpopular Gemma Collins, number 8. 3 and 8, 38. I can hear work going on outside. Can you hear work? I wonder what that is. 7-0, blind 70. 1 and 8, 18. 7 and 1, 71. Did I knock them out at the raves? What, you mean dancing, Gary? I was constantly dancing, dear. Yes, constantly dancing, my love. 7 and 1, 71. 2 and 8, 28. 1 and 6, sweet 16. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la. Happy birthday, sweet 16. 4 and 8, 48. 7 and 9, 79. 4-0, blind 40. 4 and 7, 47. 4 and 6, 46. 6 and 7, 67. 4 and 1, 41. 1 and 7, 17. 6-0, blind 60. 6 and 2, 62. 3 and 7, 37. 7 and 6, 76. 2 and 1, 21. We have a winner on 21, my darlings. Let's bring up the bingo clock, and you have 1.5 minutes to tell me that you've won. What's going to write down now? Oh yeah, clock. There you go. Here comes the shimmy music. Ba 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 da da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I don't know if this person's here actually. We will see. We will see. Ba 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 ba. Are you here, ready to claim? There's not many of us actually playing the daily game. Just a few people, a few close little people, darling. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I love it. No, they're not going to be here, are they? All right, carrying on. Here comes your next number, gang. Still looking for a winner. 7 and 2, 72. We have a winner on 72. Let's bring up the bingo clock once again. And you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to scream bingo. Thank you, Michael. Michael sent me a thing there. Oh, I've got that, Michael. All right, I'll just do that after we've done the... see if we've got someone claim the bingo there. Yes, Denise Andrews has won the bingo today. Yes, Denise, darling. Let me read your numbers, you gorgeous lady. They are 6. Just a minute. Oops. 6, 9, 13, 24, 27, 33, 39, 43, 47, 54, 59, 63. Last number 72, 78 and 87. Can we have a round of applause for Head of Ducks on this channel, Denise Andrews? Yeah, another chance for the fridge magnet, Denise. Yes. Let me get you another ticket, darling. Where are they? Oh, it's another strip of tickets, darling. Another strip of tickets. 216, Denise. Denise Andrews, 216. You lovely lady. Right. There you go, Denise. 216. All right, my love. Okay. Just close that there and get rid of that. There we are. Bingo board gone. Now, let's have a look at this picture from Michael Pullman. I can't show you the picture on here, unfortunately. All right. But the bat at the top. Oh, that there. Now that to me looks like two birds looking at each other, that bat. I see where you're coming from. No, that looks like two birds to me. Does look like two birds, that. Because you can see the little heads. One there and one there. Doesn't look like a bat to me. It's too big a head than a mussel there. But wasn't it Rachel never said it was a bat, did she? What did she say it was, Rachel? You didn't say it was a bat, did you? Didn't you say it was an owl? Woo! Woo! It don't look like an owl, does it? I don't think it looks like an owl. No. I don't think that's a bat. I think it looks like two birds to me. Yeah, two birds looking at each other. If it was a bat, it would be like that, but it's like that sort of thing. Does look like a bat, not an owl. Ooh, we like owls. I said a bat, Rachel said owl. Oh, there's a big row now on whether it was... They're starting around now. Was it a bat or an owl? That is the important question. And I'm going to leave you with that thought today, boys and girls. Woo! 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 I love owls. We love owls. I'm going. Thank you. Lovely chatting to you this morning. I'll see you again Friday morning, right about the same time, 8:45. Going for a swim later. But first of all, I need to cycle to and from my sisters to deliver a very important package to one of our winners. Yes, all very exciting. Have a lovely day, boys and girls. Thanks very much for watching and listening to the show today. And I shall leave you with that question. Was it a bat or an owl? Woo! Woo! Woo!